stay well. Deep in your eyes I see the truth. Just take my hand because I won't let go, 'cause I believe in you. Let's share these memories and laugh a while. The things we did at 22. I know we'll find a way to make it right, 'cause I believe in you. Whoa, yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to the backstories and to this first workout, which is the chest opener. So it's a little bit more of a stretch, but we're starting with a warm-up, standing, feet are parallel, and just pull your knee to the chest with both hands. Please be barefoot if you can, to activate all your intrinsic muscles, and then simply stand very upright, pull your left leg towards the chest, pulling with both hands, pulling both shoulder blades together, tips of the shoulder blades pulling towards the spine. Crown of your head is lifted, and then release. Now do the same thing again, but this time we're going to stretch out the leg in front of us while we're pulling our hands up to the sky, opening our chest. So focus here is on opening the chest and lifting the arms. We are interlacing the finger once we let go of the knee, and then lifting the arms overhead. And there the hands separate, and we're going all the way, opening in a big circle to the sides and to the hips, and then grab the knee again. Both hands pull. Shoulder blades, tip of your shoulder blades pull towards the spine. Try to relax your shoulders. Long line, big space between your ears and your shoulders. And again, pull the knee, interlace the fingers. Pull the fingers above your head like an umbrella. Descend your shoulder blades and then open in a big circle. And release. And here we go for an intense side stretch. Cross over, push the hand flex to the side, then open the elbow to the sky and release. Other side. Cross the leg back, same side, pushes over to the side, flipping the elbow up to the sky. You can look to the sky and then release. Other side. The bottom hand is rotated outwards so that the palm of your hand is open towards the outside. You want to open your shoulder. Remember, this is the chest opener. So when you flip the elbow up, make sure that your chest bone pops forward. Just push the chest bone slightly forward, make your collarbones smile. So big space for your collarbones, shoulders open, chest opens, and use this stretch to get space into the front of your body and into your side body. A little bit of an easier one, YTW. We're starting with the Y. Then bring the hands chest height open to T, and then flex the elbows open to W again. Just the Y opening wide. The thumbs are pointing backwards. And try to open your fingers. Spread your fingers. That will release your forearm muscles and bring a little bit more of a rotation into your arms and into your shoulder. So the thumbs are pointing backwards all the time, and your pinky finger tries to come towards your face. So the hand rotates outwards. Again, Y opening up, chest open, shoulders descend, lower the tips of your shoulder blades, then open chest height or shoulder height, and then the hands again shoulder height in the W. And again, keep it moving, fluid movement. Your belly button is pulled slightly in, pull the navel in, keep a strong core, And here we go with the figure 4 stretch. You want to cross your right ankle over your left knee, sit back down, shift the hips backwards, then lift the arms overhead and extend the arms. Turn your palms towards each other, so the thumbs are pointing backwards, pinky finger pointing forward. Open the chest, relax your shoulders, and release. Other side. Cross your left ankle over your right knee, then lift the arms overhead. Big long line, big extension. Try to pull those thumbs backwards, pinky fingers pointing forward. Now descend those shoulders. Try to relax the shoulders and sit back a tiny bit more and release. Very nice. Simply come back to standing, feet are parallel. Flex your elbows 90 degrees, then flex your fingers, your hands, your palms, and open. All the while, your elbows are glued to your upper body. This is simply the rotator cuffs opening here and strengthening a little bit of the rotator cuffs of the outward rotators. Now, while you open, lift your chest and lift your chin slightly while you're descending your shoulders. So the tips of your shoulder blades are descending and pulling towards your spine. And try to open a little bit further every time without pulling those elbows away. And release. Very nice. Here comes the advanced version of the figure 4 stretch. We're crossing the right ankle again on the left knee. Now you want to interlace your fingers, push forward round your back, then lift up overhead and release the arms outside in a circle. Again, and push forward, pull the navel in round the back, open up, lift the arms, and then release in a circle to the sides. You can sit back a little more when you push forward, hands are interlaced, and then lift up straight back, arms overhead, open the hands. You can flex the palms, stretch out the fingers. Remember, this is about chest opening. So whenever you get the chance to lift and open, do it. You want to bring as much space into your collarbones. Make them smile. Get your shoulders open and wide. Get length into the side body. And then simply change sides. So you want to cross your left leg, balance it, yes, balance it out. Left leg crosses over the right, the ankle, then interlace the finger, push forward, lift it up, open in a circle. Make sure that you pull the navel in. Again, sit back, pull forward, navel comes in, round your back, lift up, back is straight, descend your shoulders and open up, flex those palms. Interlace the fingers, lift to the chest, push forward, inhale, lift it up and descend those shoulders. Don't lift your shoulders. I don't want you to contract the neck. So exhale forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms to the side and release. Very good. Warrior side stretch. Advanced version of what we've been doing a few minutes ago. So now come into a wide warrior stance. Your left foot is turned outside 90 degrees and your right foot is turned inside 45 degrees. Now your right hand is pushing with your palm flexed to your left and go as low as you can. Come into that stretch, then open the elbow up to the ceiling and sky, lower back down and come back into standing. Adjust your stance if you have to. Knee should be over your ankle when you're down. Push to the side, open your elbow and come back and release into standing. Relax your shoulders, adjust your stance if you have to. Then come to the other side. Your right foot is turned outside and your left foot is anchoring 45 degrees. Get your left hand to push. Keep your balance. Yeah, and again, keep your left hand flexed and push to your right side. Then open the elbow. Make sure you lengthen that whole side body and come back, release, come up into standing. Again, flex the hand, push over to the side. Make that arm as long as possible. Pull that elbow out of your shoulder. Imagine an invisible pull to your elbow, pulling the elbow up as much as you can. Open up and then release back down. And we can do one more time. Come on, push to the side, flex the elbow up to the sky. There we go, and come back into standing. Then come onto the ground into a reverse figure 4 stance. The fingers are pointed outside with the hands underneath your shoulders. Then lift your hips and lift your right hand, pull it over to the side and back, then change sides. Pull the arm over and to the side. So as if you would grab something that is on your side and behind you 45 degrees. Your gaze is going towards the ground when you're lifting. Now make sure that you're lifting your hips shoulder or knee height, whatever you can do. When you're opening, bring space into your front body. Front body is opening, lifting, chest is opening, collarbones are smiling. So your shoulders are far apart and away from your ears. Don't contract the neck or your trapezius, your stress muscle. Try to do this very calm and relaxed. Everything is okay. Gaze at the ocean, at the beach, as those amazing rocks there. Very strong foundation here. Check if your feet are parallel, and your knees should always be pointing towards your second and third toes. So the knees stay aligned with your feet. Feet are parallel, knees are parallel. Don't let those knees get out or in. They might come out a little bit, so keep them in and contract your adductors. All right, we're getting lower. For a strong and open chest, we need a strong back. So come onto your belly, then bring the arms into a T position, thumbs are rotated towards the ceiling or sky, and then simply lift those arms toward the ceiling or sky. Lift them up, contracting your shoulder blades, pulling the shoulder blades towards each other. You do not need to lift the head. You can keep the head on your forehead. If that is very uncomfortable because you are crushing your nose, then simply lift the head slightly, but elongate the neck. Keep a very long neck, slightly pulling the chin in so your neck stays long, ears away from the shoulder blades, and you want to gaze towards the floor. So look straight down to the floor, nose is pointing to the floor. Then bring the arms into a Y shape, thumbs pointing upwards, and then pull those shoulder blades together, flex the elbows and bring the shoulder blades and the elbows together. Arms stay lifted at all times, so don't drop the arms. Arms go from W into Y. Arms stay lifted, stretch those arms out, pull those elbows in, stretch those arms out, elbows, shoulder blades are pulling in, remember not to contract the neck, just the upper back working, and one last time, come on. Very good, stretching, so lie on your back, grab your right thigh, and then flex your right knee, flex your foot, then strengthen and lengthen that right leg, and point your right foot. Flex the foot again, bring the knee in, flex the leg, stretch the leg out, flex the foot, then point the foot and flex the foot again. Very nice. So every time you stretch out the foot, foot is flexed first and then pointed, you should be able to come a little further and pull a little further. Make sure that your lower back stays away from the floor, so we're keeping a slight lumbar curve. Hamstring stretches are very important for a strong back so we can stay upright for long periods of time and are not inhibited by a pull in our hamstrings. Fantastic. Remember to open your chest, release those shoulders. Even if you're pulling, keep those shoulders away from your ears, make your collarbones smile, even with the arms in front of you. And then change legs. Grab your left thigh, then flex the knee, flex the foot, stretch the leg out, point the foot, flex the foot again, flex the whole knee, pull the knee towards the chest, stretch the leg out, point the foot, and flex it. Roll through that ankle, make that a yummy stretch out, flex again, and then flex the whole knee. Very nice. Remember to keep your lumbar spine away from the floor. Relax your head. Don't contract your shoulders or trapezius. Make this a very yummy, nice stretch to finish up with this chest opener. I hope you could take away something for your day, and I see you all next time.
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to the back stories, releasing, opening and stretching your neck, chest and shoulders. And here we gently have a workout for mobilizing the spine. We're starting standing. Lift the arms overhead, then bend the knees and bring the arms in a circle towards your knees. You want to sit back into a seated position, knees are close together, feet are close together so the ankles and the big toes are touching. When you inhale, come up, lift the chest, exhale, sit down, release, or you can just breathe slower. Then bring both hands to the outside of your right knee and open your right arm towards the sky or ceiling. Inhale, open up, rotate. Exhale, close again. You do want to keep your chest and shoulders open, so have a slight rotation in your hand, your whole right arm. Little outward rotation in that arm happening. Big space for your collarbones. Chest is opened. Neck is in line with the whole spine. Make your spine long and then stay in that open, in that rotation. You can push with the back of your hand against your right knee to get a little bit further into that rotation. Maybe you can even sit back a little bit more. Yes, we're feeling our legs here. And then come back to the beginning, standing up, lifting the arms, then flexing those knees, big circle, hands touch the knees. While you're moving your arms, try to release the shoulders. I don't want you to contract your shoulders. The arms should just float freely out and in, open, lift and lower, and try to pull those elbows out rather than those hands. Then stay in your seated position, both hands go over to the left, and then open your left arm towards the ceiling. You want to sit back a little bit more, sit back a little bit lower. Your right back of your hand is pressing to the outside of your left knee. So you have a bit of an anchor here for your spinal rotation. Inhale, open up, lift. Exhale, come back, or simply breathe in a very steady rhythm. And then stay in that rotation. Help yourself with that anchor of your right hand against your left knee. Keep your knees in line with your feet, so don't push them over. You want to stay in alignment. Your spine is rotated and very long. And then simply come back, lift both arms, inhale, stand up. And then bring this right knee up, pull those arms backwards. Now both palms are facing. We simply keep your balance, lifting one knee after the other. If you can, inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, pull the navel in, bring the knee up. Knees coming up hip height. Keep your balance. And now remember this rhythm because something very exciting is going to happen. We are going to swing the right arm all the way to the back. So we're rotating the shoulders and not just staying parallel. Right knee goes up, right arm swings backwards. Come back to center. Left arm swings back, left knee comes up. come back to center, arms overhead, swing back, lift the knee, come back to center, swing back, lift the knee. Now try to follow with the gaze the hand that's swinging backwards. Last time, and then stay on the right side, keep the right knee up, keep the right arm behind. The arms have a T shape, meaning both hands are shoulder height, knee is hip height, and stay in that rotation. Try to rotate the whole spine, including the head, so your gaze, your eyes are following your back hand to the back. And then inhale, come back to center, and we're starting again with the parallel exercise, just swinging the arms overhead and back and lifting the knee. Arms are parallel, all simple and easy. Now, relax your shoulders. We're moving the arms, but we're not contracting our shoulders. Trapezius is relaxed. Contract your navel in. For now, we're just working the balance. And then start rotating again. Left hand is starting, swinging back. Left knee is coming forward. You're coming back into an alternating swinging of the arms backwards, following with your gaze the back hand and coming back forward into parallel. Pull your navel in and pull those hip points together to get more control in your core. And then stay on the left side, keep the left knee up, left arm is pulling backwards. Try to follow the left hand with your gaze backwards, rotate the shoulders. Hands are in a T position, so the hands are shoulder height. Pull those elbows out of the shoulder as if something is pulling your elbows out and wide. Open the chest, keep breathing. Left knee stays up and then release, come back to center. Step backwards with your right leg into a low lunge. Anchor your right hand next to your left foot and then open your left arm all the way up into rotation. Dynamically open up and then come back into parallel position. I like to flex my elbow a little so I don't need to touch the ground, but that's just details. Most important is that opening and rotation without letting the left knee fall outwards. So the left knee stays in line with the ankle, more or less over the ankle and in the same line as your foot, so pointed forward. And then open and stay here in that rotation. Press the right hand into the floor. Fingers are rotated outwards, so away from your leg. If you want to, you can flex the upper hand as if you want to push the sky away. Fingers are pointing backwards here as well. Open your chest, pull those elbows out of your shoulders, and then come back to center. Fold forward, let your head hang nose to the knee. Press those heels into the floor and then change side. Left leg is coming into low lunge. Your left hand is anchored in the floor and then open your right arm up into the ceiling. Rotate open, come back dynamically. Inhale up, exhale back parallel to the floor. Make sure your knees doesn't drop to the outside. Knee stays over your foot in line with your toes. Very nice. Inhale coming up. Exhale, coming back parallel. Inhale, lift and open. Elbows coming out of your shoulders. And last time, now stay here. Inhale, come up. And make sure that your fingers of the lower hand are pointed outwards. Palm firmly pressed into the ground. Open your forearm. And now your upper hand can flex as if you want to push the ceiling away. And now big opening. Push the ground away, push the ceiling away. Try to expand your arms, your chest, and then come back into center. Step forward into forward fold, nose to the knee. Roll up slowly and step wide into a wide stance. Flex your knees, push your knees outside with your elbows so your knees are in line with your feet. And now bring the hands to the inside of your knees, press the knees outside so they don't flare in. And now look over each shoulder. So you're rotating, shoulder is coming to the inside, other shoulder is rotating out, and you're looking over your shoulder. Everything without collapsing in your neck. So your shoulder stays open, collarbones are smiling, your elbows are pulling out of your chest. And here we go, dynamically warming up again in this rotation. And then stay on the left side, Keep this rotation and now push with the right hand against the inside of your right knee. Come further into mobilizing that spine all the way to the crown of your head. Your tailbone and the crown of your head are lengthening. Tailbone is pulling down and backwards, and the crown of your head is pulling out and upwards. Then come into alternating rotation here again. See the difference between both sides, the one that we've been stretching now and the one that we still need to do. So come out, stretch it, exhale, rotate, inhale, come to center, or simply breathe it. Last time dynamically, and then stay on the right side. Make sure that you're pushing with the hands on the inside of your knees. Keep a long neck. Remember, tailbone is pulling back and up, and the crown of your head is pulling up and forward. Lots of space for your spine for expansion. Amazing. Then contract, release, pull the navel in, release the neck, and then simply roll up into standing. Rotate the shoulder blades back and down. Gorgeous. See you next time. Bye.
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to the back stories and this very sweet and gentle spine mobilizer. We're starting standing, feet are parallel, simple rolling up and down standing. You can bend the knees a little bit. Now we're starting with rolling down, simply folding forward, starting with bringing the chin to the chest, then folding the upper body forward, rounding the spine, bending the knees a little bit, and then coming all the way down. You can either stretch your hamstrings a bit and stretch out those legs, or if you want to be even more gentler on your legs, simply keep these knees bent, then pull the navel in and roll up into standing. So while you're rolling up and down, we want to support our back a little bit by engaging the core, and the easiest way to do that is to pull the navel in, make your waistline a little bit narrower, lifting the chest, so even when we're folding forward, we have a little bit of an engagement in the core. We're not simply collapsing, and we're trying to elongate that whole back line, the whole back body, more than we're trying to simply roll down. So from the image, we're rolling over something. Now let's do that with a slight twist to it. We're bringing both hands together, interlacing the fingers, and now push forward, rounding the back, and then come back upright into standing, opening the chest, circling the hands back to the hips, interlacing the fingers, pressing forward, navel in, inhale up, relax those shoulders, shoulders come down, open and circle the hands back to the hips. When you bend forward, push forward, rounding the back, bend those knees, inhale, come up all the way into standing, crown of your head towards the sky or ceiling, and again. So now you're bending over an imaginary barrel, a big ball, so you're rounding and pulling the navel in at the same time, narrowing the waistline, supporting your back and lengthening so that you really lengthen from your hips or your heels all the way to the crown of your head. And this time, again, a little bit more difficult. This time we're staying in that bent position. So even when we're coming upright, we stay on our little imaginary chair. So push those heels back and down, round forward, rounding the back, then inhale, come up, lift the chest, but stay down in your little squatty position. Almost there, just a few more. Exhale, pull forward, round the back. Inhale, come up, circle the arms, And there we go. Nice one. Now stay in standing, come into a warrior pose. Big lunge position, right foot is forward, left foot is backwards. And then come into that low lunge, lifting the arms overhead. And simply exhale and come back. Stretch the leg fully out. So when you come down, we're stretching our hip flexor of the left leg and opening the chest, and we're strengthening the upper back body by pulling these arms backwards. So I want you to have those thumbs pointing backwards and go all the way as much as possible without going into an overextension of the back. We don't want to do a back bend here. We want to stay straight, navel pulled in slightly to support your back, and go all the way down in your low lunge for that hip stretch. Relax those shoulders and then change sides. Left leg to the front, right leg to the back. Start in a warrior pose, big stance. And then inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, pull the navel in slightly, keep the navel pulled in, and come into that hip flexor stretch. Hip flexor stretches are so important to release the back, so the back is not pulled into a position that we don't want to, and we can stay upright. Again, inhale, come up, release those shoulders down, pull those thumbs backwards. Imagine your elbows are pulled up and behind you. Keep your balance. Inhale, inhale up, lift, and then stretch both legs out and release. Do that just a few more times, coming a little bit lower into your hip flexor stretch, and then release. Dynamic stretching here, very efficient. And last time, very good. Come into a warrior two pose, so one foot is pointed outwards, the other 45 degrees in. We are starting with the left knee. Left knee is bending. Bend all the way over to the side with the upper body and come back parallel and stretch the leg out. Arms are in a T position, palms are facing upwards. Keep the arms in a T position when you bend to the side and come back into standing. This is like a triangle warrior two variation. Trying to elongate that whole side body here. Follow with your gaze your upper hand, so when you are flexing over, stretching that right side, look to your right hand, look to the ceiling or sky, and then come back into center. We're changing sides, so you want to rotate now your left foot in and the right foot is pointing outwards 90 degrees. Then bend the right knee, shift over to the side, lift the arms up, keep those arms rotated outwards. I like to stretch my fingers out as well to release the forearms a little bit. The pinky finger is trying to come up all the way to the ceiling or sky, and your thumb is trying to touch the ground. Very good. Compare both sides a little bit to get a feeling of how both of your sides are doing. If one side is better than the other, don't judge it. Just an observation to get to know you a little bit better. And then release. We're coming all the way down into all fours. Very simple exercise here. Contracting, releasing. Contracting, pulling the navel in, rounding the back. And then releasing. Lifting the chest and your chin a little bit. So the movement has two main parts. One is happening in the upper back and one is happening in the lower belly. So we want to bring the lower belly in when we're crunching and pushing the upper back out. So we're rounding all the way and not just in one specific position that you find very easy to do. So make sure that you're shifting your hips, pulling the navel in, opening all the back line of your spine and not just the part that you like doing. Then we bring one arm in, right arm is coming out and in. Thumb is pointing upwards, working the upper back here a little bit, and then change to the left side. rhythm is we're stretching out twice while we're extending, then pulling the elbow in, and then after the second stretch out, lift out, we're putting the hand back down, crunching, and then changing side, lifting twice the left hand, pulling the navel in, inhaling, lifting the arm, putting the hand back down, and crunching once more, right side. Stretches out twice. So your spine is doing the same thing all the time, just crunching and releasing. And the arms are having a little party, stretching out twice every side. So the elbow comes in once. The second time you would pull the elbow in, you're simply putting the hand down and doing a little crunch. Very good. If you don't quite get it, do whatever feels good to you. Lifting the hand, pulling the elbow in, and changing sides. Now, the legs are going to have a little party. Same principle, we're kicking the right leg out twice, then bring the knee back to center, crunching, and then lifting the left leg, crunching, pulling the knee in, pulling your navel in, stretching out, putting down, rolling, crunching, right side, kicking out. When you kick out, flex the foot, you get more control in your whole leg and especially in your buttocks. And then change side, left leg is kicking out, foot is flexed, and if you come in with the knee, then point the foot. Makes it a little bit easier to then put the knee down because the foot is already pointed. Now float with the head up and down, don't overstretch the neck, nor overflex the neck. It should feel good. Open your shoulders, shoulders are pulling out to the sides. Have those legs stretch out, lifting, coming back in, rounding. We are having one last go with the left leg, and then we're putting it all together. Leg and arms diagonally are working. Start with the right leg and the left arm, crunching in, same thing, lifting again. Now putting everything back to the floor and change side. Right arm, left leg, lifting, crunching back in, rounding, lifting, elongating, and putting everything back together. So this is kind of the finale here. Everything that you've learned, put it all together. Foot is flexing when you're kicking out. Foot is pointing when you're pulling in. When you're rounding, pull your navel in, contract the abs, make the waist narrower. For the shoulders, keep them floating, keep them relaxed, work those shoulder blades sliding over your rib cage, no contraction in your trapezius, stay open. Head in line with the whole spine, lifting the chin, pulling the chin to the chest. Get the rhythm, because now we're doing a bonus, something very nice to finish up with. So when you're lifting the right leg and the left hand, swim the arm in and then putting it back down. So you're staying with the arm up, swing the arm to the outside, elbow in, and then stretch back out. Left arm, stretch out, swim, stroke it back, turn it in, and then stretch the arm back out. Right arm, lifting, left leg is kicking back, swinging up, and then lifting. Very good. So the hand doesn't come back in, it turns out and lifting. Very good. Try that a few more times. Right arm, palms are facing towards the feet or the hips, and imagining you're pushing water away like the ocean that we're having here. Keep the rhythm. You should know the rhythm by now. Belly is pulling in and arms are swimming now. Circling, opening, and then lifting all the way up again. This is so beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that. Then lie on your back, dynamic T stretch here. Open the arms to a T and then fold the knees all the way onto one side. Knees are bent 90 degrees, 90-degree bend in your hips as well. So start lying on your right hand side and then bring the left arm up and over, big circle until the back hand touches the floor behind you, and then come back over. We're rotating in the spine so the knees stay one on top of another. Your hip points are staying stacked one on top of another, and simply your spine, your chest and your head are turning. Now if you feel like it, if your floor allows it, you can circle the arm behind your head all the way to the back and then come back in a big circle. If you're having sand or a very smooth floor, this is really nice because you get to do this rotation without having to lift the arm and carry it. So we're engaging less muscles that could counteract with that opening and rotation that we want to do. And another variation could be to stretch out the upper leg, doing a little bit of hamstring stretch here and really making sure that the hips stay stacked on top of another, and just keep opening either with a big circle over your head or flipping the arm over if you don't have a smooth floor. If you're at the beach, this is a must do. And then change sides to the other side of the flip over, or just put the knees onto the other side. Now both knees are on your left. We're starting lying on the left side, and then come up and over with your right arm until the back hand touches the sand or ground. And you do want to follow the arm movement with your head. So you're turning the head from one ear to the other. And here we can also have a little bit of a difference between the right and the left side. Again, no judgment. This is all natural, we're not symmetrical. So just to getting to know yourself a little better of what's going on. And then if you can change to that circling motion with the arms staying on the ground, circling up and over behind your head, all the way onto the other side. And when you're circling, make sure that your knees stay on top of another, the hip points on top of another. And if you're feeling like it, you can go a little bit further and stretching the upper leg out. Very nice variation of this last exercise. I hope you enjoyed our spine mobilizer. Next time we're doing hip strengtheners, so I hope I'll see you there. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to the back stories. We're strengthening our hips today, first in standing, then in lying down. So we're starting standing in a chair pose, and now we're extending our arms forward and backwards dynamically. So alternate pulling your arms forward and backwards. Now I want you to sit back with your hips, so we're engaging our glutes, warming up our legs, but extend your spine, stay upright. Now you can rotate your shoulders slightly, so we're warming up our spine. Look over your shoulder, engage the neck a little bit without crunching. And now try to open your arm line, so you're twisting the palms of your hands upwards, then raise and release. Something for your balance. Runner touches. Start balancing on your right leg. Shoot your left leg back and your left arm forward. And then come into standing. Lift your knee to the elbow, opposite elbow. And again, just stay on your balanced right leg and try to lean as much forward as to get the upper body parallel to the floor. We do a lot of glute work here, so butt and leg work, And we're lengthening and strengthening our hamstrings. Do the other side. Balance on your left leg and then shoot the right leg back, the right arm forward. Come back into standing, little crunch twist here. Left elbow comes to your right knee. Stay very long in your spine. Try to create space between every vertebra. Shoot the crown of your head upwards and root your left heel down into the ground. It would be great to do this on sand, though it's a little wobbly. Very good. Come into a wide low lunge, very big low lunge. Right foot is forward, and now bend your forward leg, raise the arms overhead parallel, and then bring the arms back behind your back. Engage the upper back here. Inhale, bend the right knee, extend upwards, and then stretch the leg back out and pull the arms back behind you. So we're engaging the upper body, all the while we're releasing our hip flexor on the left side here. You will feel your left hip flexor. This is a great stretch for the psoas. And now release those shoulders. Don't contract in your shoulders. Try to pull the elbows out of your shoulder. The movement is coming from the elbows and extend in your pinky finger. Now change side. Left leg goes forward, right leg goes behind. Both feet are parallel. And again, extend the arms up and overhead. Reach out, bend the forward knee, and then stretch back out and pull the arms behind your back. Everything we do is without equipment. You don't need anything. So we do not have any chance to do pulling exercises and lifting weight. So I do need you to engage the back, especially when we lift the arms overhead. Try to bring the tips of your shoulder blades down in towards the spine, and same when you bring the arms backwards. Really engage those shoulder blades so we can work the back muscles even though we're not pulling any weights up. Very good. Lengthen your hip flexor here. Now on the right hand side, hip flexor stretch when you go down into your low lunge and back up again, engaging the legs. Very good. Knee pulls with a little bit of a twist. Come back together. Bring the right knee toward the chest, then kick it out forward while you raise the arms overhead, extending the arms. Left knee coming in, then push the leg forward, flex the foot, and stretch your chest up and over. So the idea for the stretch here is that you stay long, although you do want to contract your abs in order to keep this leg up. So two opposite forces here coming. You do need your abs, but I also want you to stay very tall and upright. Try this. Left side, pulling towards yourself, engage your shoulder blades every time you can, and then lift the arms overhead. Very good. Advanced version of the runner touches, balancing on your right leg, coming into airplane pose. This time we're still stretching left arm, left foot out, and then you're propelling the arms forward. So still your right elbow goes to your left knee, but then you're just simply keeping the same direction for your arms. It's like a crawl, like a swimming motion. Don't think about it too much. Start with extending left leg, left arm, and then simply move forward in a forward motion. Try on the other side. Balance on your left leg. Right arm, right foot are extending parallel to the floor and then crawling forward. So we're going from a parallel position in a tall and upright position. Still keep this going and balance on your left leg. Again, we're engaging the glutes here, the quads. We're stretching and lengthening the hamstrings. We're engaging our back muscles, the upper back and the whole spinal erectors. Lots of space between every vertebra. Now come onto all fours. You did the standing, hands underneath, the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and now simply lift your right knee to the side. Right knee is lifting to the side while your hip points are staying parallel to the floor, so nothing else is moving, simply the knee is lifting to the side. Very good. This is engaging the outward rotation of your right hip. Great for hip stability and also good sacrum work for sacrum stability, the base of your spine. Try to relax the shoulders. And now we are completing the circle. So lift to the side, then kick out to the back, flex the foot and bring the knee back in. Lift first to the side, complete the circle, kick back. And again, lift first to the side, then kick all the way to the back while flexing the foot. Very nice. Again, hip points are staying parallel to the ground. Lift the belly button into your spine. Release those shoulders. Try to keep the chest open. Very long line between your tailbone and the crown of your head. Lots of space between every vertebrae. Use this to get long and then change sides. Now the left knee is lifting. If you need to wibble wobble a little bit, do that quickly. And then again, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then lift the left leg to the side. Left knee is lifting simply to the side. No circle yet. Keep the hip points parallel to the floor. Do not twist in the spine or in the hips. Simply lift the leg to the side. As high as you can, don't force it. We all have our restrictions from a bone perspective, especially in the hips. So don't overdo it. And then start the whole circle. We're lifting the knee to the side, completing the circle, kicking out to the back. The foot reaches hip height, no more. Just parallel to the ground, that's enough, not higher than that. So your lower back can stay neutral. We want as little movement as possible in your whole spine, so you're not falling into too much of a lordosis here. Engaging the abs, pulling the navel in, open your chest, try to release the shoulders. And keep circling. The leg goes out and kicks back, and then bring the knee back in. Very good. A little bit of an easier one, same position. Come back to your right knee. This time we're just circling the right knee clockwise. Size of a dish, more or less. So you're trying to draw a dish clockwise into the ground without touching the floor. Simple circles. It's an easy one, isn't it? Very good. Now, bring the leg, shoot the leg out. Foot is hip height, and now do the same size circle again clockwise, but with your leg extended. This is a very small circle, and try to not move your spine. Engage the navel, pull the navel in, core is firm. Try to not contract your shoulders too much, even though you're very focused and concentrated. Gaze to the ground, to your fingertips. Very good. 2 more. And then we change sides. So we're starting with the little circles on the ground. The dish, this time counterclockwise with the left leg. So counterclockwise, little dish. Size circles on the ground without touching. Pull the navel in, you know what's coming up, so create a strong foundation. Again, we're doing great work for our sacrum here for hip stability. And now shoot the leg out, more or less hip height. Do small circles with the leg, again counterclockwise. So we're circling out. Little dish size circles, engaging the core, don't move the spine, so that we're not going into too much of a lordosis here. Pulling the navel in, firming your waist. Keep breathing and release. Turn around, all fours reverse, that's the crab position. You want to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, but this time the fingers are pointed outwards. Knees over your feet. Now reach up and over with your right arm, extend through the whole sideline. You can lift the arm up and back as much as you want. I'm just lifting up, but you can also reach up and over behind you. And now try to keep the head in line with the spine, so the head follows the movement. You want to gaze down to the floor. You can look at your hand, look at your fingertips. And now look at those hips. We're going all the way from going down to extending up because we want to work our hips, all right? So as a challenge, try to keep those knees in the same position over your ankles without twisting the knees too much. The weight of your body stays on the whole foot, so the inner and outer arches and the big and small toe mound. So all 4 wheels of your feet keep the weight. No twisting in the knees. And the upper body is having a little bit of a fun twist up here. We're also engaging the shoulders. This is a bit of a shoulder and back strengthener. The more you're twisting, the more we're engaging our back here. Do one last time and then come back into sitting. Very good. Now extend the leg forward into reverse plank. This time the fingertips are pointing towards the feet, and then lift those hips up without collapsing in your shoulders. I want you to open the chest, keep the shoulder blades away from the ears, and pull the shoulder blades towards the spine. No crunching, hunching, collapsing here in the shoulders. And now push those hips up all the way. Very good. If you want it a little bit more difficult, do not sit on the floor, but stay up in the air at all times. Simply go up and down without touching the ground. Very good. And we're floating seamlessly into the next exercise with the static reverse plank. So you're staying up, keep breathing, and now you can adjust little things. That's opening the chest, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening the head. Try to have a long position for your head with the chin lifted slightly, so do not collapse or crunch the chin onto your chest. Push those hips up, try to point your feet, long line in the front of your body. And you might feel a stretch in the front of your shoulders here, which is a very good one. And then you can release down. Lie on your back, feet underneath your knees. Now we're doing the easy version. We're simply lifting and lowering the hips here in these hip lifts. Shoulders and arms are firm on the ground. And this should be super easy now after the reverse plank. So you can focus again on your feet. Feel your heels, the inside and the outside of your heel on the ground, and your big and little toe mound. Do not lift the toes, keep the feet firmly on the ground. And if you want it a little bit more difficult, do not lower down all the way. Very good. Now come up 2 more times, and then we're staying up there and simply dipping one hip side. So a little rotation in those hips. Imagine you want to touch the floor with one butt cheek, but you're not because you're too high up. So you're simply dropping one hip and then lifting again. You need to release something for it. I'll have you figure out what it is that you need to release. It's a hint, it's somewhere in the back of your leg. So the rest stays upright, and this is just a super good mobilization for your hips. Keep the knees above your feet, so no twisting in the knees. I really want this to be a very small movement happening here in the hips. Press the arms into the floor to support the back. And keep a very long neck on the ground, and then lower down. Very good. We're stretching out. Hands in T position. Now bend the knees, keep the feet on the floor. Knees are bent 90 degrees, and then simply drop the knees to the right. Head goes to the left, then come back to center. Knees go towards the left side, head towards the right. Little bit of a rotation here happening in the hips, in the neck, in the spine. and we're massaging at the same time our sacrum, our hips on the floor. So use this to release and use the floor to massage parts of your body that need a little bit of massaging, like animals do when they roll on the ground. So this is for you. Release wherever it needs to. Now the same movement with a little bit of an extension if you want to. So this goes further. When we're flipping the knees to one side, we're kicking the outer leg out. And you can either just use this to bring a little bit more weight into that rotation to turn your hips a bit more, or to go into a hamstring stretch. So if you do want to do the hamstring stretch, kick the leg out and then flex the foot and come back in. So flexing the foot stretches the calf, stretches the hamstrings. Do that a few more times or as often as you like. You can come back to this video whenever you want. It's here for you to strengthen your hips and create a strong foundation for your spine. And I'll see you all next time for the back stories. See you there. Bye.
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to the back stories shoulder opener. We're releasing shoulder tension here, opening the whole arm line, opening the shoulders. And we're starting with a great arm line opener with the hands flexed. Shoot the hands shoulder height out, fingers are pointing up. Then turn the hands, bring them back in, fingers are pointing backward, stretch the arms out, bring them back in. Now turn the fingers down and stretch the arms out even if it hurts. Bring them back in again. We're starting fingers up, stretch the arms out, flex the palms. Now bring your left arm up and release back down. Bring your right arm up and release back down. Bring the hands back in. Now point the fingers backwards, shoot the arms out, stretch them out, stretch the elbows. Then bring your left arm up, keep the palms flexed, hands stay flexed. Stretch those forearms, bring those shoulders down, bring the arms back in. Now fingers are pointing down, stretch those arms out, extend those elbows. Left arm comes up, hand stays flexed, right arm is coming up. Press against the ceiling or sky here and release. And now we do want to wibble and wobble a little bit, release those shoulders, and here we go again. Arms come up, press fingers to the top. Press out, extend those elbows, descend the shoulders, fingers are pointing backwards, extend the arms, T-shape, hands are shoulder height, fingers down, extend the elbows, press out, even if it hurts, and again. Now the variation to lift, start with the right hand this time, lift overhead, keep the hand flexed, then the left hand is pushing against the ceiling. Then bring those arms in, rotate the fingers backwards, extend first, and then bring the extended arm all the way up, descend your shoulders, shoulder blades down, pull the tips of your shoulder blades towards the spine. And the last one, fingertips down towards the ground, extend first, and the right arm is coming up, push against the ceiling. Last time, left side, lifting up, nice Bollywood shape going on here, and release. Very good. So since I twisted your brain, next time is an easy one. Simply extend the arms to the side, palms are facing up, extend those elbows, rotate your thumbs down and your pinky finger up. And now we're simply turning the head, stretching our neck muscles here. Try to descend the shoulders, let the shoulder blades float down all the way alongside your back. And now try to bring one ear to the back, one ear to the front, and then come back to center. Right ear is coming to the back, left ear to the front, come back to center. Other side, all the while, arms stay stretched out, extend in the elbows, stretch those arms. We want to stretch the shoulder, stretch the arm line, releasing shoulder tension here, pulling the shoulder blades down. Tips of the shoulder blades want to kiss behind your back and then release. You simply stay parallel. Now interlace your fingers. We're doing a little chest opener with chair pose. So bend your hips round your back, then extend the arms overhead, circle the arms all the way down. Interlace the fingers, lift to the chest, push the arms forward, extend the arms, inhale, come up, and exhale, the arms circle back down. Now observe your belly button when you lift up. Now crunch and want to pull your navel in. Inhale, coming up, extending. Every time you're coming up into standing, take that chance to grow, to elongate. Long body, long spine. And when you get those arms back down, take that chance to drop your shoulder blades. Remember, shoulder blades, tip of the shoulder blades are kissing, so you want to slide them towards the spine. We're gonna do that again, but first, simple chair pose, static. We're bringing the arms overhead, thumbs are pointing backwards, pinky finger forward, elongate your spine. Try to lengthen from your tailbone all the way to the tip of the crown of your head. Drop those shoulders, pull the navel in, and keep the weight on your whole foot. Now I would like you to pull the shoulders down, extend the elbows, and pull the arms up as much as possible, and then release. Now the more advanced version of the chair pose with round back. So we're staying in that chair pose. We're lifting the arms to the chest, pushing to the front, lifting up, and still stay with the knees bent in our little chair pose. So the hips shift back and down. And you might want to bring these hips a little bit lower when you're pushing to the front, rounding the back, pulling the navel in, then extend all the way, pulling the shoulders down, circle the arms out, and stay low. Very good. Shoulders start to be opened. Another easy one, YTW. Simply stand parallel, stand tall, and then start with here we go. Start with coming up with the arms into a Y shape. Then bring the hands together, chest height, open into T. Then the hands together, flex the elbows and come into a W. Again, Y shape, bring the arms up. Now every time you're lifting or extending backwards, you want to lift the chest at the same time and you want to pull those shoulder blades together. Remember, we're not pulling any weight here, so we need to take care of the back of our body as well, upper body. And so I want you to focus on pulling the shoulder blades down and together. And I'm going to say that as often as I want. Again, come into Y, pulling the shoulders down, thumbs are pointing backwards. Another T, and here we go, last time for a W, and release. We're coming to a sideline stretch. Cross the right leg behind the left, push the right hand over to the side, palms flex, open the elbow up, and come back. We're doing the other side. Left side crosses back. Left elbow lifts up to the sky or ceiling and then come back. Now the down hand, the bottom hand, is turning outward, so we'll continue with our shoulder opener, not just opening in the upper arm but also in the lower arm. So push to the side, hand is flexed, and now open the elbow up to the ceiling while the lower hand is rotating outwards. Keep the weight on the standing leg, not on the crossed leg, so you're really bending over to the side. and release. We're doing an advanced version of this in warrior pose. So one leg is turned out 90 degrees, the other 45. Now bend the right knee into warrior, and we're doing the same thing with the hand here. Just this time we keep doing one side. So left hand pushes over to the right, lifting the elbow here in deep warrior pose, and come back into standing. Stretch both legs. Make sure that your knee goes in direction of your toes. So this is a warrior 2 position. Back foot turned in 45 degrees. And we're doing the same thing with the hands, only in a more intense stretch. So left hand flexes, push it over to the right. Elbow comes up, lifts up and over, side stretch, and then come back into standing. Then turn to the other side. You can simply turn the feet. Back foot turned in 45 degrees, front foot 90 degrees, knee pointing towards your toes, and then push the right hand over to the left side. Keep your balance. Again, right hand is pushing over to the left, elbows coming up. You can even stretch the hand out a little bit further if you want to. You know the move by now. Come back into standing, stretch both legs. Always reposition your feet if you need to make the stance a little bit wider. If you notice that the knee is coming too far forward, knee needs to be over the ankle when you're in your low position. Stretch all the way here, the whole side body. We're going one last time, pushing over, lifting, extending, and come back into standing. Let's release and relax our brains. Simple parallel position, flex the elbows 90 degrees, bend your hands, flex your palms, and now pull them out into an outward rotation, opening like a book. But I do want you to keep your elbows close to the body. So the elbows are not flaring out, they stay glued, connected to your chest. When you open the hands, rotate the calves, elbow rotation, lift your chest slightly, lift your chin slightly, and open your chest. Don't extend too much, not overdo any lordosis. Very good, and release. Hope your brain was relaxed by now. Now come onto the floor into 4-point stance and push your hips back into a child position. From child, roll forward into plank on the knees, extending the whole body. Just try to make this movement as clean as possible. So in your plank on knees, the shoulders are above your hands are underneath the shoulders, and you're in a very long line in a plank position, so one line from the crown of your head to your knees. So this is the rehearsal for the full version. In a second, we're going to go onto our feet. So enjoy the rolling forward and then extending into plank. Do that 2 more times, pulling the navel in and then reaching out forward, opening the chest. Last time on the knees, lifting, engaging the core. Then come onto the feet, same thing. This time we're pushing back into downward facing dog. Hips go first, then rolling forward, extending into plank. Push the hips back first, then round yourself, pulling the navel in and extending into your full plank. Don't stay round when you're coming forward. I really want you to go into that very long line, elongate your whole body from your heels into the crown of your head. Make sure that your shoulders stay away from the ears. Remember the shoulder blades, the tips of the shoulder blades kissing, pulling towards the spine and down towards your hips at all times. We want to open the chest and we want to have a proper position for the whole shoulder girdle. This is all rehearsal for the rest of your day. So I need you to have good alignment. Do that one last time. Rounding forward, pulling the navel in, and release back down. Very good. Now you can relax. We're coming into child position. So bring those hips back over your ankles. You want to lift the hips a little bit more than in your usual child. and putting the arms reaching out forward and settle on your fingertips as to open the front of your shoulders. You can wibble wobble a little bit, and we're gonna slowly come further up with the hips here to go deeper into the extension of the front body here. Your head can either lie on the forehead or on one cheek. Now come up a little more with your hips. Hips can be over your knees, and crawl more forward with your hands. Still staying on your fingertips, extend the elbows, and now twist from one side to the other. Lay down one ear, right ear, and then your left ear while pushing one shoulder down and looking under the armpit of the other shoulder. Look underneath the armpit to the sky. Very good. Do whatever feels good. This is for opening, for lengthening, for stretching the chest and the front of your shoulders. Forward even more. And if staying on the tips of your fingers doesn't work anymore now, come onto the flat palms, extend your fingers, broad stance with your fingers, engage the mound of your index finger, press the hands into the ground, and now lift those hips up and over a little bit more. The hips can be in front of your knees now, and now twist your upper body left and right, stretch those shoulders, stretch the whole front of your body. This is great chest and shoulder opening. One last twist, and then release and turn around. We're going into reverse plank. So bring the hands underneath your shoulders, fingers are pointing towards your feet, and simply lift the hips up, stay in one long line. You can point those feet if you want, pull the navel in slightly. Try to extend the crown of your head, do not crunch too much in the front of your neck. You want to lift the chin slightly, and now bring those shoulders down, away from your ears, pull the shoulder blades together. There you go. Come back into stretching, lay down onto your back, bend those knees, bring the knees 90 degrees onto your right side. Both hands on top of each other, you're lying on your right side, and then open the left, the top arm all the way over, circle, and touch down behind you with the back of your hand. You can follow the hand with your gaze, so you're turning the head to the left when you're opening, and come back to the right side when you're closing. You do want to keep your knees stacked, one on top of another, and try to also keep your hip points stacked, one on top of another. Little variation here if you're feeling like it. You can circle the arm behind your head, overdrawing a half circle here in the sand or on your smooth floor. And come back. This way we don't need to lift the arm. We can use gravity for opening up and twisting. This is almost a meditative movement. If you want to go further, you can stretch the top left, the leg left out. You can either point or flex it as you like. This is just to fix the hips one on top of another in case you want to, and just keep opening up the shoulders, twisting. If you have a little book or socket you can put the foot on, that's even better. And then slowly change sides, bend the knees 90 degrees on the left hand side, knees one on top of another, hips stacked on top of another, and now open your right arm over to the ceiling. If you like the half circle version better, you can do that straight away. You don't need to lift the arm. This is more about rotation and relaxing. When we're twisting, we want to also lengthen. So contrarily of what you might think, when we're twisting our spine, we do not get shorter, but we get longer. That's the magic of our spine. It can get very long, so there's a lot of cushioning between the vertebrae. So try it out, pull your head out of your spine, lengthen and elongate. And if you're having trouble of keeping the hips stacked on top of another, shoot the right leg out. This gives a little bit of a counterweight here, so it gets a little bit easier for you to get the hips in position, and just rotate the upper body, rotate your head from one side to the other, just following your arm here. Keep breathing. And I got one last one for you. And release and turn onto your belly. Feet are parallel. I want you to work on your back muscles a little bit. To finish off with, shoot the arms out, T position, thumbs are pointed towards the sky. Now pull the shoulder blades together, lift the arms as much as you can. Remember the kissing shoulder blades, so that's what we do now. So we're engaging the upper back and we're stretching and opening the chest at the same time. Extend those elbows, extend those arms out, try to shoot out from all 10 fingers to the sides. Imagine your Spider-Man shooting out spider webs from the fingers, extending them as far out as you can. Very good. Now, as a variation, if you want to continue, you can also come from V to W. So we're lifting the arms up and overhead and then pulling the elbows towards the spine. Don't touch the floor, keep your neck long. And you can keep doing this if you want to. This video is here for you anytime you need to open your shoulders. And I'll see you all next time for the back stories. Have a great day. Bye.
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to the good stuff, the back stories, back strengthener. Here we go, strengthening our back, but not just strengthening, also relaxing, releasing everything you need to go through your day, whatever your day demands of you. Start in a chair pose, feet and knees are parallel. Now stay seated with the hips pushing back and down. Now interlace your finger, push them forward, round your back, then open the chest, lift the arms overhead and release. And again, this is a little bit of a warm-up and also a back stretch and upper back strengthening. So when you lift the arms, push them forward, engage your navel, lengthen the back, and then lift the arms overhead, pull the hands up and over and back, engaging the upper back, sliding those shoulder blades down towards your hips, opening. Very nice. Little variation of this. We're still in our seated chair, so push your hips down and back, and now lift the arms overhead, stretch them out. A little bit of a Y or V shape here for the hands. Your thumbs are pulling backwards, pinky finger down. Don't look too much at the video, look in front of you so your neck stays long and not crunched. And now you can sit back a little bit lower. This might lengthen your lower back a little bit, strengthen your glutes, foundation of your back, and then come back up. A little bit of an easy one. YTW, great exercise for opening the chest and strengthening the upper body. We're starting with the hands more or less chest height. And then lift the hands up and over, Y shape, thumbs are pointing backwards, and open them up to the side into a T, and then again open into a W. Start again with the Y, up and over, lift the chest, lift the chin. Thumbs are pointing backwards, palms are facing towards the sky or ceiling, and a W. Now make sure that your shoulders are down at all times, so that your shoulder blades can slide down along your back like a waterfall going down. This is to release our stress muscle, the trapezius, to give that muscle no chance to engage and to counteract the pulling up of the shoulders actively. Very nice. One last W and then release. Some knee pulls. The simple version, we're just pulling the knees to the chest, grabbing with both hands and then releasing. The challenge here is to not hunch over when you're pulling the knee, but to bring the knee towards your chest rather than bring the chest down, rolling forward to the knee. So you want to stay long upright, pulling the crown of your head to the sky, anchoring your heels into the ground. And then simply bring one knee to the chest, pulling with both hands. Bring both shoulder blades together, pulling the elbows back behind your body as much as possible. And then releasing. One more time. And then we're releasing the whole back. Bend the knees a little bit and roll forward, keeping the whole weight on your feet. Pull the navel in, round the back, go all the way. Let the head hang, let the shoulders hang, the hands, the elbows are hanging. And then keep the knees bent, pull the navel in and roll up into standing. Pull the shoulder blades down and back at the end. And release back down again. You can keep the knees bent unless you do want to stretch your hamstrings as well a little bit. Then you can stretch the legs out. Very good. Do that 2 more times in your own tempo and speed. Just make sure that every time you're coming back up, you're also lengthening. And when you're rolling forward, support your spine, support your back by pulling the navel in and engaging your core. This allows you to roll over an imaginary ball or barrel, big ball, big barrel that you're rolling over, reaching over. Relax your head, let the head hang. Last time, nice relaxed shoulders, elbows and hands. Head is hanging, neck is relaxed, and come up again. Very nice. Demanding your balance. Starting with the right leg, runner touches, shooting the left leg out, left arm comes forward, and then try to touch right elbow and left knee, reaching out into airplane pose, and then come back into standing, lifting the knee. You do want to engage the upper back. That means those arms are very active, lifting them up diagonally and then pulling the arm back, the left arm back when the right arm comes forward. Change sides. Balance on your left leg. Shoot the right leg, right arm forward, and then the left elbow comes to the right knee diagonally. Same side, first shooting out, foot and hand, reaching up. Engage your upper back. We're lengthening, strengthening. You want to bring a lot of length between every vertebra. Staying very long and balanced on the leg. So a little break for your brain. Rotator cuffs openings here. Flex the arms 90 degrees. Flex your hands. And then open your arms like a book. The forearms separate to the sides. Hands stay flexed. And those elbows stay glued to your chest. And to get a little bit more opening and lengthening, lift the chest, lift your chin, lift the nose a little bit. and then come back to center when you're closing. I don't want you to overextend and back bend. I just want you to get a little bit of a pull into your chest by lifting the chin. You will feel what's good for you, and release. Hip flexor stretch, right foot comes forward into a deep lunge. We're lifting the arms overhead, coming in a deep lunge position, and then stretch the leg back out, release the arms. When you bend the forward knee, make sure the knee doesn't come more forward than your ankle. If it does, make the step a little bit wider. Very important, so the knee doesn't get too much weight here. Since this is our back strengthener, I would like you to focus on pulling the thumbs and elbows back, sliding the shoulder blades down and together. After this session, you will do that automatically every time. You will walk around with the shoulder blades pulling towards each other. You'll be like, "Ooh, my shoulder blades are kissing. This is so nice." And then change sides. Left foot comes forward, right foot comes back, big low lunge. And then bend the front knee, swing, extend the arms overhead. Your thumbs are pulling backwards, but not just the thumbs, also focus on those elbows. Elbows are reaching out from the shoulders and pulling backwards. This will engage the whole upper back, pulling the shoulder blades down. Very nice. And we're having a little bit of a hip flexor stretch here, and this allows us to free the spine so the spine doesn't get pulled forward, especially in the lumbar spine from the psoas. So engage into this low lunge here, stretching the hip flexor. Left and right might be a little bit different. That's okay. We're just discovering here. And last time. And we're already coming to the floor. Come into a 4-point stance, all fours, knees underneath the hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And we're simply mobilizing to start with contract, release. When you contract, pull your navel in, shift the hips backwards, round your upper back and slightly pull the head in. Again, imagine that barrel or big ball that you're leaning over, supported by your abdominals, so you want to pull the navel in and narrow the waistline slightly. And when you come back up, simply release. So as much as feels good, you don't need to come into too much of an extension. This is more like a mobilization. And the contraction of the abdominals helps us to lengthen the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. So imagine the movement is engaged by the tailbone and the crown of your head. Getting the arm in, right arm is coming up, crunching to the center, lifting again, put the arm down, keep crunching. So the same movements going on every time in your back, in your core, but the arm gives it a little bit more of a difficulty level here. So we're reaching out with the right arm, pulling the navel in, pulling the elbow in, and then reaching back out. Drop the hand, crunch, inhale, release, exhale, crunch, inhale, shoot the arm back out, exhale, crunch, put the hand down. Inhale, right arm comes up, exhale, crunch, pull the navel in, inhale, reach out, and exhale, down. Do this in your own tempo a few more times, and keep remembering that we're rounding over a barrel, over a big imaginary ball. Try to engage the movement from all two sides. So the tailbone is pulling down. When you crunch, crown of your head is pulling down in an even manner. So the whole spine is rounding as much as you can over its whole length. Next challenge, leg is coming out, same movement, right leg is shooting out, crunch, and then pull the leg back in and change sides. Extend, Left side is coming out, shooting back and in, and then put the knee back down, rounding, and again, right side shoots out, round the back, pull the knee in as much as you can, shoot back out, put the knee back down to the floor and change sides. You need to do this a little bit slower. Go ahead, there's no rush here. So the leg is just adding a little bit more of a weight and making that movement a bit more difficult for you. And as you can imagine, we're gonna put both together in a second, arms and legs. So for now, I just want you to rehearse shooting that leg out. Remember, the leg doesn't go higher than the hip, because I don't want you to over-engage into that lumbar lordosis. I just want you to shoot the leg out, kick it backwards, hip height but not higher. To make this a little bit more interesting, you can flex the foot kicking back, point the foot pulling the knee in, flex the foot again, and then put the knee back down, foot is flexed. Remember to engage the core, crunching, pull the navel in, your imaginary barrel. Now what are the shoulders doing? Check into your shoulders, pull those shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades are pulling towards each other, kissing together, tips of the shoulder blades. And last one, left side pulling in, extending out and releasing. Very good. If you do need a little bit of a child's pose or a wibble wobble or a stretch, go ahead. Otherwise, we are connecting arms and legs into the full bird dogs, contract release, and we do that contralaterally. So the right leg comes out, left arm, and then you pull it all together and shoot it back out. And if you lose your rhythm, don't worry, just come back together. Right leg, left arm, crunch it all in the middle. I don't need you to cross leg and elbow like you're doing a crunch. I just need you to pull leg and elbow in on the same line, like on rails. So you're basically just pulling into the middle but not into the center, if that makes sense. So no crossing over the lines, because I do want you to stay long and extended and rounding over your imaginary ball. Very good. Keep working it. Keep breathing. So we're inhaling into the extension, exhaling into the crunch, rounding the back, elongating the whole back line, extending, inhaling, exhaling, crunch. Inhaling longer, exhaling stronger, engaging the core. Check again. What are the shoulders doing? Hands are underneath the shoulders. Always put your hands firmly onto the ground. Fingers spread. Feel the mound of your index finger. Shoulder blades are sliding towards each other and down. Neck is very long. Use this to pull your head, the neck, out of your rib cage. Release the trapezius. We all need it. Stress muscle that contracts involuntarily every time a stressor is coming. And the very last time, release, wibble wobble. If you need to come back into a child's pose, have a look what we're doing next, because now we're swimming with the arms. They do a little bit of a breaststroke here. That is pulling the palm backwards towards your hips and then reaching back out forward. So we're not pulling the elbow in a straight line, but we're going to the sides, circling that palm down to the hip and then reaching back out forward. Same thing again, diagonally. This is like a little bit of a bonus. Just try to get these arms in, they're very interesting. So we're reaching out with the hand, circling to the side and then reaching back forward and out. Arm goes out, circles in, reaching up and forward, extending, releasing. Legs do the same thing. Flex, point, flex the foot, point and put back down. Flex the foot, shoot out, point the foot, pull in, flex the foot, shoot out, and point, release back in. Very good. Do that just a few more times. Back strengthener, core strengthener, and back stretcher. I'm also strengthening our hips and shoulders here. Last time. Wonderful. And release back down. Now we're turning around. If you need to release your wrist a little bit, just look at the video for a second. We're having a reverse 4-point stance, hands underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing outwards, knees over your feet, and then reach up and over into 3-point stance, reaching the hand overhead. And you can even reach backwards if you want to do a little bit of a back bend here. Just do what's comfortable for you, pushing the hips up, more or less knee height. And now check into your knees. Knees stay more or less parallel, no flaring out or in or collapsing to the sides. I need your feet to stay firmly on the ground. Check into your heels, inner and outer heel, and your inner and outer toe mounts are firmly grounded on the floor, with the knees tracking in the same direction as your feet, even though the upper body is doing this amazing twist and opening here. We're pushing with our glutes, with our hamstrings, our whole body up, working our glutes, working our hamstrings, and strengthening the whole base of our spine here. Glutes are so important for a long and erect spine. Then release for a second, relax your wrists if you need to. We're coming then into a reversed plank when you're ready. Fingers are pointing towards your feet this time, with the hands underneath the shoulder. Great shoulder stretch here, opening, and then lift those hips up into reverse plank. Feet can be pointed, engage those glutes, engage those hamstrings. Open and lift the chest, shoulders are pulling away from the ears, shoulder blades touching. And try to elongate your head, pull the crown of your head away from your heels. And we're staying right up here, but simply dropping the hips and lifting them back up. Drop the hips, lift back up. If you can, do not touch the ground. And here you can now go as high as you want, because this is a great shoulder stretch. You can bend the elbows slightly, just to release your elbows a little bit if you need to. Engage your hamstrings and your glutes. Great workout for the whole back line, strengthening our back here. Now remember, those shoulders are dropped, no hunching or collapsing. And we can release. This was it for your wrists, so you can lie down on the belly. Get the arms to the sides into a T shape. Now rotate the arms, open the arms, and bring the thumbs up to the sky. Then lift the arms. I would like you to focus not on lifting the hands, but on pulling the shoulder blades together. So we're engaging the movement from the shoulders rather than focusing on getting those hands up. So maybe we can name this the shoulder squeezes or the shoulder pulls, because we're squeezing the shoulders together. And you can even add a little bit of a hold here. So you're squeezing, hold for 1 second, and then release. variation, V to W. You're extending the arms over and then pulling the elbows in, again squeezing the shoulders and holding for 1 second, squeezing and then reaching back out. And when you reach back out, reach from your elbows. Elbows are pulling out from your shoulders. Reach into the elbows, into your pinky finger, connecting pinky finger, little finger, and the tip of your shoulder blades. Very good. Great workout for the upper back here, even without weights. And then turn around onto your back, release those shoulders. Get the arms flat on the floor, feet underneath your knees. And simply lift the hips. This is a bit easier version of the reverse plank. So you can either lower the hips down all the way to the ground, or you stay hovering the ground to engage your glutes, your lower back, and the hamstrings just a little bit more. Go as high as you can without going too much into a back bend. Listen to your own body. Whatever feels good for you is fine. If you're starting to have too much of a contraction in the lower back, stay a little bit lower. And we're having a little bit fun here. We're rolling. And this is a massage basically for your back and engaging the core a little bit. Now remember the barrel. So round yourself as round as a barrel. You can grab your shins. Make sure that there's no sand on them. Then round yourself as much as possible and just fall backwards, float backwards, and swing back and forth. If you want a little bit of a challenge, try to balance on your sitting bones every time you come forward. So you're lengthening your back slightly, balancing on your sitting bones, and then rolling backwards. Try not to roll too much onto your head, the back of your head, as this might overstretch the neck or bring too much weight onto your neck, onto your cervicals. So we're having the hands on the outside of the chins, and a little variation could be that we're grabbing the opposite shin from underneath. So the right hand goes underneath the right leg, grabs the left shin, and the left hand goes underneath the left calf and grabs the right one. So you're crossing over the hands. This allows you to round yourself even more because the chest is coming closer to the knees. If you're feeling too trapped in here and you feel like, oh my God, if I fall, I can't catch myself, then just keep the hands to the outside. Just grab the shins or the ankles. You can even grab the feet. But this helps you to stay rounded, engage the core. And now enjoy this massage of your back. You can even drift a little sideways, massaging the right side and massaging the left side. And we're slowly coming to the stretches. Hip twisters here. Just lay down on your back, the arms in a T position to the sides, palms open to the sky or ceiling. Knees bent 90 degrees, and then just shift the hips left and right, waving from side to side, very slowly. This is an opening, a stretch for the side body. We're twisting here. And make it as slow as you can. So we're also stretching our spinal rotators a little bit, massaging the sacrum on the floor. Turn the head in the opposite direction, very softly and slowly. And you can just keep doing that variation. I just want to show you what you could also do if you want to go slightly further. The hip twister kicks, the upper leg kicks out, more or less 90 degrees to the upper body. And this adds a hamstring stretch to the whole twist stretch. And when you kick out, you can either keep the foot point or you flex the foot And this will stretch the calf, the hamstrings, maybe even the butt cheek. You might even feel it there. Do that very softly and calmly, whatever version you like. And I do hope you enjoyed the back strengthener. Come back here every time you need to tone your back muscles and to get more length into your back. And I'll see you soon for the next back stories. Bye!
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome everyone. Today we are strengthening our core, strong core, and especially the transverse muscle, which is connecting to the multifidi, is what we need for a strong spine. So we're starting in chair position, feet are parallel, slightly open, knees pointing towards your toes. And then push your tailbone back, sitting bones backwards, the crown of your head lifting and pulling upwards. And we're simply lifting the arms, alternating. And while you're lifting, please turn your palms up so you're outward rotating in your shoulder, opening the chest, opening the shoulder, and then come up into standing. Continuing with knee pulls for a little bit of balance with a bit of a twist. So you're starting to pull your knee in without collapsing your chest, stay upright, and then lift the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, stretch out the bent knee forward. Try to flex the leg when you're kicking forward, keep your balance. And we open the chest, continuing the circle down, pull the knee, lift and stretch up, kick the leg out in front of you, pull the foot in. Very nice. So now from a feeling, I want you to think extension. I want you to think length. So from the heel which is pressing down into the ground to the heel which is pressing forward to the arms that are circling, think length. Come back into standing and simply bend the knees, pull the navel in, and roll down. Let the shoulders, the head, the arms hang and roll back up. So this is a fairly easy exercise. What I would like you to focus on is to keep the weight evenly distributed on all four corners of your feet. So the inner heel, the outer heel, big toe mount, small toe mount, and not simply on the heel and not simply on the toe mount. Especially when rolling forward, we tend to pull or to balance too much with the weight forward and lifting the heels slightly. That's not what we want. We continue, if you want to, with a more advanced version, which is having the knees straight, pushing the knees back, lengthening when you come up, opening the shoulders if you want to, and rolling down and up one last time. Try to get as round as possible, still pulling the navel in. Navel comes in when you go down and when you're coming up. So imagining you're narrowing your hip points, lifting your belly bottom. Wonderful. Come into a wide stance. This is a warrior two stance. So one foot is pointing out, the other is pointing slightly in, 45 degrees. Big stance. Now flex one hand, push it all the way over, bend the knee, and then flip the elbow up to the sky and come back into standing. The knee that bends is pointing towards your toes, and try to keep those shoulders over the knee. So don't come into the center with the whole body, but lean sideways over the knee and open the whole side body, opening, lifting, lengthening, and then simply change side. I'm avoiding to say sides here, left and right. Just follow the video. You might get confused. So now the other hand is pushing to the side, and then we're opening the elbow up to the sky and ceiling. Go as low as you can with the knee over the ankle, opening that side line. And you might feel a little or big difference between those two sides. Usually, left and right does not have the same length. So, for example, my right side is a little bit shorter than the left, which is normal. We're not super mirror equal left and right. So, doing these side stretches usually reveals some differences here. Getting to know ourselves. Come back into standing, feet closed. This is a combination actually of core and back work. Runner touches with propeller arms. So I want you to shoot left leg out, left arm out, so same side is shooting out, and then you're simply circling the arms forward until the elbow can touch the knee, knee coming forward and up. This is challenging for your coordination, so I hope you did all the previous videos where we did the runner touches in like the non-propelling way. So change sides, and the start is always same arm, same leg as shooting out, and then simply propel forward. Once you have that propeller going, it's pretty simple and easy. Leaning forward parallel to the ground, lean forward as much as you can. Leg is shooting back, hip height if you want to. Flex the foot, get a bit more control, and engage the quads a little bit more. Very nice. Come back into standing, and here we go for a warrior side stretch. So again, warrior 2 position. One foot is pointing out, the other foot is pointing in 45 degrees, and we are bending one leg and then simply turning the arm, one arm up to the sky, the other arm down to the floor, until you have a vertical, I'm never gonna learn that, a vertical shape of your arms. Very good. Think length again, push back from your outer heel of your back leg, all the way to the crown of your head, lengthen the side body, open those shoulders, palms are up when you're in the starting position, and then try the other side. If you were standing a little bit too narrow, then stand a little bit wider, adjust your stance. Then first bend the knee, come into warrior pose, and then lean towards the side until your arms are vertical. Here we go. I'm doing a little bit of movement here with my head, which is to avoid to contract the neck too much. Like I tend to pull my chin in, and when moving the head slightly, look into where you go, look in towards the ceiling or sky, look into where you're pushing away from. It makes it a lot easier to keep the neck relaxed. A little more of a balance. This is not so much of a challenge, but balance poses are great for working the core. So all we're doing here is coming into a passe. So lifting the knee, bringing the foot next to the opposite knee, and the arms are lifting diagonally, one front, one back. And all we do is simply opening to the side, T position, and closing again where we came from, and then letting the arms go. Change sides. Balance poses work a lot on our intrinsic muscles, those that we cannot control, which are necessary to stabilize our joints. That's why balance poses are so great. But enough of that, we come into all fours, grab a mat or towel if you want to cushion your knees a little bit, and then simply pull the navel in round the back, round the upper back as much as the lower back. So I would like this movement to come from the whole length of the spine. So focus as much on your tailbone going down and rounding the lower back, as much as opening the back of your shoulders and lengthening into the crown of your head. What we want is to get as much length as possible into the whole spine, starting with the crown of the head, top of the head, until the bottom of our spine, which is the tailbone. And while we do that, since this is the core strengthener, pull the navel in, contract the waist, narrow your hip points. Fantastic. One level up. We are coming down with the feet and the knees, starting in all fours, then pushing the hips back and rolling again forward into a plank on the knee position. You might need to make your stance a little bit wider, as in the normal 4-point stance, so that the shoulders are above your wrists and hands when you're arriving in your plank position. Make sure to ground the hands, ground your toes as well, tuck the toes under. And now I would like you to spread your fingers, push the mount of the index finger into the floor, engaging the shoulder blades. Tips of the shoulder blades are pulling towards each other, kissing your shoulder blades, and the shoulders are pulling away from the ears. And all this while you're rolling forward and pushing back. Woohoo, here we go with the more advanced version. We're coming into a standard plank position, knees underneath the elbows and shoulders, and then push back, starting with the hips backwards into V position, downward facing dog, and then roll forward into that full plank over your toes. This is fantastic mobilization for the big toe joint, which if we walk too much in shoes might get a little bit stiff. So keep waving here back and forward, and make sure that when you arrive in your plank position, the shoulders are integrated with your rib cage, so the shoulder blades slide down and together towards the spine as much as possible. So the plank position is a flat one line, no rounding anymore in the back. We're creating length in the front of the body as well as in the back of the body. Here we go. You can come onto your butt and we're rolling and massaging our spine. This is at the same time our last exercise, so you can start to relax, have a little bit of fun with this one. This is actually a Pilates exercise, but I'm sure people already did this before Pilates. Children, at least, from a very young age, rolling back and forward. So now you can play a little bit with this rolling. First of all, get as round as possible, pull the navel in, and all the mobilizations that we did now help you to get the spine rounded so you don't hurt yourself. Get something cushioned if your floor is too hard. Now what you can also do is roll on the right side of your spine, on the right erectors muscles, or on the left side of your spine, on the left erector muscles, which usually always are very grateful for a little bit of a massage. I'm doing a little bit of a different version here, crossing the arms under the shins and then over and grabbing the opposite shin bone. This allows you to get the knees a little bit closer together and might support you in getting the back a little more rounded. Fantastic. I hope you all remembered of your childhood now, all happy, core strengthened, and back relaxed. Share this with your loved ones if you loved it, and I'll see you for the next one very soon.
Yes, I believe in you.
Buongiorno. We are releasing our back. This is an amazing stretch and release relaxation after like a long journey or a long day of work, or even after a short journey and a short day of work. Anytime you need to mobilize your back a little. Start in that very weird figure 4 position. We're crossing the ankle over the opposite knee and then interlacing the fingers, pushing them forward into round back, lifting up into chest extension and then circling the arms back down. And you simply stay down there in this figure 4 stretch, and it might look simple, but it is not. Hey! And we're changing sides. So cross the other ankle over and see if you can manage this back mobilization and strength now. So keep the ankle on the opposite knee, round the back, folding forward, and then lifting up, opening the chest. This is at the same time a good warm-up and a glute stretch. So we get our back, the base of our back, relaxed to start with. And release, very nice. Simple mobilization exercise you can basically do anywhere, even at work. You just need to go into, go to the toilet, do some roll-ups and downs to get your back a little bit loosened up. So we're starting with the knees bent, and then pull the navel in, chin to the chest, rolling each vertebra down, relaxing the shoulders, letting the arms go. You can let them go even more than I do. I'm kind of holding them here. So roll up and then open the chest, pick the chin up at the end. Very nice. Advanced version would be with the knees straight. And when you do that, don't overstretch, don't overcontract your glutes or your quads because you're a bit stressed about falling forward. Still get the weight of your body slightly in front of your ankle joint, so slightly behind the middle of your foot, evenly distributed on your heels and the inner and outer big toe mount. Still rolling up one last time, coming up, pulling the navel in, lifting, tailbone pushing down, crown of the head pushing up. Very nice. We're opening into warrior position, and now we're thinking length into that side stretch. So one foot is showing to the side, the other foot is pointing in 45 degrees, and we're now pushing the opposite hand to the knee that's bending. Knee comes over the ankle, and then flipping the elbow open. You can follow the elbow with your gaze. So you're starting by looking down when you're pushing to the side, and then looking up. Looking up also allows you to come deeper into that rotation, so you're not falling forward into the middle, but you stay with the shoulders over the bent knee. Try on the other side. Same thing, one foot is pointed out, the other one slightly pointed in, 45 degrees. And are you ready? Here we go. Ready now? Yes. Here we go. So push the hand to the side, lifting the elbow up, looking under your armpit and coming back into standing. The reason why we do this funky arm exercise is to open the arm line all together with the side line. So flexing the hand already releases the muscles in our forearms, and then opening into that big shoulder opening. This is an outward rotation in the shoulder, counteracts all this work that we do in front of our bodies. For example, sitting at the computer and working the mouse and the keyboard. Little easier version of that, so you can start to relax. You now know the drill with the hand. The palm is flexing, pushing to one side, and then opening the elbow all the way up to the ceiling. This time we're simply crossing the same leg backwards. And little tip, try to keep standing on the front leg, the one that's not crossing, on the stable leg. So that should be your stable leg, while the other is basically pushing through and pushing to the side as much as possible. You want to bring length between your heel and the crown of your head and your elbow and your pinky finger. Pull those elbows out of the shoulder. Imagining your elbow is pulled out of the shoulder. Very nice. Come again into a warrior position. This time the hands do nothing. They just stay with the palms open towards the sky. But we come again into that side warrior position. And then side leaning until your hand touches the ground. One hand touches the ground, one hand touches the sky. And coming back. Here we're lengthening and strengthening at the same time the side body. And that might lead to some cricks and cracks in your back, so be gentle here. This is kind of a big stretch. You can add the head into the movement, looking left and right and up and down, just so your neck gets a little bit of a release as well. Change sides, try the other one. Again, arms do nothing but stay there with the shoulder opened, outward rotation. So your biceps is turning towards the sky, the inner forearm is turned towards the sky, and the palm of your hand is also turned towards the sky, thumbs are pointing backwards. Then shift over to one side, side warrior position. Touch the ground with the lower hand. And first come back to center and then push back up into standing. Fantastic. You might need a break after all this standing, so we are ready to go onto the ground. Come into all fours position. And here we go into one of the easiest and greatest spine stretches, where we're working with the breath. We're exhaling, rounding the back, inhaling, releasing. And you can do this as slow as you want. So if my rhythm is making you hyperventilate, then just do it slightly slower. So exhale, navel pulls in, rounding the back as much as you can, inhaling, releasing. Do this as slow as you want. Very nice. Now focus on your tailbone, your sitting bones, and make them move down towards the floor and release them back up to the sky or ceiling. Same with the crown of the head. Crown of the head is pulling down to the floor and releasing back up to the ceiling. Very gentle. Gearing up a little bit. We're coming into all fours now, pushing the hips backwards. We're anchoring our toe mounts under, anchoring the hands, and simply rolling forward. So that same rolling motion, we're exhaling, rolling forward, and inhale, push the hips back. You can stay in that same meditative breathing rhythm. Steady, even breath. Aligning the breathing with the movement, inhaling, pushing backwards, exhaling, rolling forward, like the waves of that amazing ocean that we're having as a background here. Last time, pushing back, very nice. And then stay in child. Arrange your hand and feet and knee position so that you can stay in that spider position with the weight of the arms on your fingertips and the arms straight, so we're getting a shoulder opener. And this is a great position, but I never know where to put the nose, so the nose towards the ground might lead to the nose being compressed. But what's really great to do is to put the head onto one ear first and then onto the other ear. Now experiment if you can go a little bit further with the arms, so maybe that your hips are above your knees, to really let the spine hang forward. It's like hanging from your hips now, and if you want to, also to avoid your nose being compressed, start to alternate looking left and right, pressing one shoulder down, looking under one armpit and then the other, still staying in that spider hand position if you still can. At some point you might want to put the hands down, but having the hands slightly elevated or the wrists here allows you to open the shoulder even more. Now if you go further forward, you might have to bring the hands down unless you are able to do push-ups on your fingertips. If you can, you're my hero. Otherwise, just come down with the palms of the hands, spread the fingers slightly, push the mound of the index finger into the ground and shift the weight left and right. A little bit of a mobilization. Try to feel what's good, what feels good, where it needs space, where it is a little bit tight. Try to open that up, breathe into those spaces, and then lie on your back. This is the lazy workout. So we're simply having our hands in T position, back of the hand on the floor on the sand, knees bent 90 degrees, and then let those knees drop to one side and then to the other. To allow your back to turn a little bit more natural, open the feet, you could say mat width. If you don't have a mat you're lying on, like double hip width apart, so like 50 centimeters, so that when your knees drop, you're not having this very small angle, but a little bit of a bigger angle. Try it, it's much nicer. And you can add, if you want to, a little bit more of a pull on the upper hip. This is when you're on one side with both knees, you kick that foot out. This is optional. If you want to stay and just swing the legs left and right and get into kind of a trance here, make sure that the head goes in the opposite direction. And you decide if you kick out or if you don't. I believe in you that you choose the right option for you. Make sure to relax the head, relax the shoulders, and keep a very gentle and steady rhythm. When you're kicking, you can also go into a little bit of a hamstring stretch, but we're going to have a hamstring stretch later anyhow. A little more of a lying stretch here. Come into one side position, hips and knees 90 degrees, and then start with both hands one on top of the other. And then now simply turn the upper body, so the knees stay stable and fixed, and we're just turning the shoulders. Now you might need a little bit of cushioning under your head, so like a folded towel, or if you have a small not too high cushion, so that your head can actually turn around its center. Again, do whatever feels good to you, but I would like to rotate the whole spine here, so that would include the head. And if you feel like it and if you can, you don't even need to lift the hand overhead. You can drag it around in a circle behind the head and drag it all the way back to the hands. And the third option would be, again, to kick out, this time stable. And the luxury version, of course, would be to have that foot lying on something like a book, a small stool, or anything, so you don't need to hold the leg. So that would be another option, kicking the leg out but then putting it onto something. And there we go. Change the side, simply flip the knees over. You don't need to change sides, I just did that so you can watch better what I'm doing. Flip the knees over, again start shoulders on top of each other, both palms connected, and then open the arms, and you can go straight away to the version where you're letting the arms circle behind the head, if that is an option. If you have very sticky floor or not the space, then of course don't do it, and just try to release that upper shoulder, that arm that needs to work a little, and not make it like a workout and open, but imagine that arm is floating through clouds or through very light water. Pull the elbow out of the shoulder to release the shoulder joint, creating space in the shoulder joint. Elbow points out and pulls out of the shoulder. And last option, if you want to, ideally with something you can put this foot on, otherwise just kick it out so the upper leg kicks out 90 degrees to the upper body. This basically is fixing the hips one on top of another a little better than just having the knees bend and one on top of another. Having something to put the foot on would be super ideal, but not necessary. Roll onto your back. I promised some hamstring stretches. We're doing an active stretch. So I always think passive stretches are great. Sometimes you just need to hang in there, but active stretches I think are more efficient, more effective. So lie on your back, shoulders relaxed, back of the head long, and then grab the back of your thigh, bend the knee, flex the foot, keep the foot flexed, stretch the leg out, point the foot, flex the foot again, bend the knee, pull the knee towards the chest, then stretch the leg out, point the foot, stretch again. And now every time you do that, especially when stretching the leg out, foot is still flexed, try to push the heel further out and pull a little bit more. The other leg is straight on the floor, pushing the heel out, giving your body the impression you're actually standing. And then change sides. Start gentle. This side hasn't gotten any stretching yet. So you're grabbing the back of your thigh, pulling the knee towards the chest, flex the foot. Keep the foot flexed, stretch first, then point the foot. Flex the foot first and then bend the knee. Keep the foot flexed, stretch, point. Flex again, keep flexed, bend and stretch. Let the arms work a little, but pull the shoulder blades towards the spine and allow the shoulders to be away from your ears. Again, the ground leg, if possible, is stretched out, and push into the heel, flexing the ground foot here, giving your body the impression, I'm not saying illusion, the impression you are standing. keeping a little space in your lower back, little lumbar curve here. And we're finishing with the funny, little bit childish, but hey, who cares? Rolling like a ball, spine massage. So we're starting on our sitting bones. Balance first on your sitting bones, lifting the feet, and then come out of balance, fall back, and then engage the feet and swing back forward. So rolling back is more like falling back over your sitting bones, and then you're just using the legs to swing back forward. So you can stretch the leg a little bit more out when you're falling backwards, and then flexing them, bending them back in when you're coming forward. It's like swinging, like a swing, like when you're sitting on a swing. You stretch the legs out, you bend the legs in. And the challenge that you might want to do, if you want to have a bit more of a challenge, is to balance every time you come back forward on your sitting bones. So have a little bit of a 1, 2, 3 second pause when you're coming back up onto your sitting bones. Pilates would then clap with the feet and do like a 1, 2, 3 clap with the feet together, but you don't need to do that. Balancing would be great on the sitting bones, stretching the back out a little bit, and then don't forget to round the back unless done. You are not falling. Hope you enjoyed that. Keep going as much as you like. Share it with your loved ones, and I'll see you next time.
Yes, I believe in you.
Hello everyone. Today we are working on our balance, and as always we're not losing time. So come into position, into that amazing figure 4 stretch chair position, crossing your ankle over your knee and lifting the arms overhead in a Y position. Fantastic. That's just a little taste of what's coming. Change legs, flipping over, crossing your other ankle over your knee, and try to just stay there in your balance. Balance poses actually allow us to work our intrinsic muscles, so it's not so much about the balance, it's more about engaging our deeper muscles, which are stabilizing our joint. Intrinsic muscles, they're called. So change side again, come into that same figure 4 stretch position. It's a 4 that we're forming with our legs, that's why I'm saying figure 4. It's actually a glute stretch and a fantastic way to trick you into working your balance. So the arms, if you want to this time, can go folding forward, interlacing the fingers, rounding the back, pulling the navel in, and then coming back up. If this is too much for you because, hey, we're on one leg and that leg is bent, then simply stay in that first position where you're having the arms overhead, in that Y position, arms stretched out simply and not moving the upper body. Your choice. Do whatever feels good to you. And I remember when I was filming that on this beat, there was this man trying to do the same thing. And he was so sweet and cute and trying to do the arm movement and would wobble and stuff and laugh, and I was laughing and it was all amazing. So change sides. The other leg crosses over the knee, and again you can simply stay with the arms overhead, stretched out, opening the chest and the shoulders, and this is still a great work for the intrinsic muscles. And if you want a little bit more of a challenge, then you can push forward, rounding the back, pulling the navel in, opening the chest, circling the arms down, but it's kind of a challenge. So you can work your way slowly there. You can stay up a little bit longer, circling the arms down, then again slowly pushing forward and lifting. I was rehearsing that, so don't you worry if you don't get it first time. A little bit simpler, the knee pulls with a twist if you want to. So you're pulling one knee to the chest, staying upright and standing, crown of the head still pointing to the sky. And then you might want to, if you want to, kick that leg out and stretch those arms overhead and then circle the arms back down. If you don't want to do this kicking out thing, then don't. Simply change sides, pulling the knee in towards the chest, and simply make sure that you're not bending forward towards that knee. So it's not a chest to the knee, it is a knee to the chest while you keep standing upright. And if you do that little kicking out thing, it is going to become a little bit more of a workout and a bit more challenging. Speaking of challenges, runner touches propeller version. On the right leg, shifting forward, pushing the left hand and the left leg out, and then circling the leg, circling the arms forward until the elbow can almost touch the knee. So you're bringing the knee up and forward when you come back up into standing, keeping that balance. So we're having a massive motion from the upper body coming into horizontal to vertical, and then try the other side. Starting point, left leg is on the ground, right leg shoots back, right arm shoots forward. So you're starting with the same side shooting out. And then the opposite, the diagonal elbow comes when you raise the knee up to the chest. Beginning is key, and then you just keep going. And all you need to focus on is keeping that balance and breathing and smiling. Have a smile and release. Passe. So we're lifting, alternating the knee up, hip height, while the foot comes next to the knee. At the same time, you're rotating your arms out, lifting the hands shoulder height. One hand goes forward, one goes back. Then you open up to the side T position, coming all the way back where you came from, and releasing. So you're lifting diagonally, palms facing up, shoulders open, palms facing up, and then come back where you came from, and circle back down, lower the arms, lift the arms up, T-shape, spread out, rotate back in, and lower down. Come on, you can do one more time. Open those arms up, try to pull the elbows out of the shoulder, and release, coming already towards the ground. Not quite a balanced position, but hey, we're just on 3 points. So coming from crab position, fingers are pointing out, knees are over your ankles. Now lift the hips and bring the arm overhead, or even a little bit further. So you decide if you want to go into a little bit of a back bend, or if you simply want to lift the hips knee height and just bring the arm towards the ceiling or sky. Because this could go, if you bring the arm all the way up and circle it back into a little bit of a back bend, then make sure that the head and the neck are in line with the spine, so you can constantly look to the lower hand here. Well, if you're bending backwards, you're looking towards the lower hand, looking towards the knees, looking towards the lower hand, looking towards the knees. And here we're doing the full version. Bring the arm all the way, lifting and lengthening, pulling the elbow out of the shoulder joint. And remember that the fingers are pointing outwards. This is like the best position that I've found to not hurt the wrists, because everything else is too weird and too twisted. and we're already too weird and too twisted, so we don't want to do that too much. And as always, because I like it, and because you like it, and what we constantly do or what we repeatedly do, we're getting better at. So rolling like a ball is something we are going to get better at, which allows us to massage our back, the erector muscles. And since this is about balance, remember last time I taught you about balancing on the sitting bones for a split second or like 1, 2, 3 seconds. So I would like you to do that again now, just exaggerate. So we're finishing this one off with balancing on our sitting bones. How weird is that? We've been balancing on the feet mostly, a little bit on the hands, and now we're even balancing on the sitting bones. So we're rolling backwards, coming back forward, and there's a stop pause where we're balancing on the sitting bones. And you can exaggerate that. Pilates used to clap those feet, like a 1, 2, 3 closing the feet, like clap, 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 while you're balancing on your sitting bones and then rolling back again. Or you simply look around you while you're up there, lifting your chest a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed our little balance workout. Do it as often as you want. Come back here, and happy progressing and happy balancing. Bye.
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to Just Stretch. This is a great workout on your non-workout days, or after you had an endurance workout, like a light endurance workout, like a run, or if you just don't feel like working out and you want to do something that is releasing the muscles in your body a bit, then you came to the right place. So you're simply standing the feet parallel, open the arms in T position, rotating the shoulders out, biceps up, palms up, and you're just looking over one shoulder and then over the other. Very simple, and it's not so much about the head here, it's more about the arms pulling out of the shoulder, especially the elbows are trying to pull away from your core, which should increase the stretch in your biceps, your forearms. You can spread those fingers wide and then release. So this is going to be easy most of the time. Here we go with flexing the hands, pushing them out. And we do that 3 times. Once with the fingers up, then second time fingers back, third time fingers up pointing down to the floor. And again, push those arms out, fingers up, raise one arm, overhead, come back down, raise the other hand, come back down. Remember the hand you started with, because we're doing it the same side for the first round. So same arm again, comes up, flex those hands, pull those elbows out of your shoulders, push those palms away from you, all the while descending your shoulders. Fingers pointing down again last time for this round. Remember which side you started with, and lift. If you forget, don't worry, it's just stretch. Come back in. We're starting from the beginning, just out and in. Lift the arms, flex the palms, push out, pull those elbows out and flex back in. Fingers up, then fingers back. Second time, stretch out, fingers down. This is the worst for me. and also the third. So now we do the overhead thing. So the other hand starts now coming overhead. That's why you had to remember which side you started with. And then the other. And keep those arms straight as you can. Come back in. Flex the palms, fingers pointing backwards, stretch this out. Stretch out stretch it out as much as you can. I didn't drink any alcohol. It must be the exercise. It makes you focus too hard. So relax your brain. Last time, lifting that second side up and down again. Keep those hands flexed, flex, flex. Stretch those elbows and come down and release. Very good. Shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. We're coming into a simple chest stretch. A little bit of a hesitation there. So lift those hands to the chest. Curl forward. Lift all the way up, hands overhead, and then circle down. You remember this? We did that in various positions, in figure 4 stretch, in chair pose. This time, we just stand, pushing forward, pulling the navel in, lifting the arms overhead, stretching the chest out, circling the arms back, down. Bend those knees a little bit when you come forward, as much as you want. You can sit down in a chair, or you can just bend the knees a little bit. Lifting, exhaling, rounding forward, inhaling, coming up, and release those arms. Very nice. A little bit more of activity here. Warrior side stretch. So we're coming into warrior position. One foot points out, the other one 45 degrees in. Arms to the side. Palms do not need to be flexed now, simply pointing up. And we're shifting our weight to one side, bending the front knee. Then leaning all the way over to the side until the hand maybe touches the knee, ankle, foot, or the ground. And then coming back up. Just stretching that side over. So I'm stopping where my arms are like in that vertical position. But you can lengthen the arm all the way to the ear so that your biceps touches the ear. The upper biceps touches the upper ear. So you're lengthening all the way from the heel into your pinky finger, into your small finger. Change sides, try here. So you can either do that moderate side stretch where you're simply lifting the arms vertically and maybe looking up to your hand to release the neck, or you're circling all the way until the upper arm touches the upper ear. And there you can go into that full stretch, the pinky finger pulling away from the hip, pulling away from the heel, elongating as much as you can that whole side. Fantastic. Come back into standing. We're having a side stretch, feet almost parallel, just crossing backwards. So we're flexing the hand, pushing it to the sky. Same leg crosses backwards, and then flipping the elbow up. And you can decide how much of a side lean you want to have here and how much of a cross back you want to have here. So basically we want this body to get into a C shape. And this elbow flipping up is allowing us to open the shoulder girdle. Too much working in front of the chest, which is necessary if you have the eyes forward as a species. We're not a bird. We don't have 360-degree vision. So we need to open the chest every now and then to get back into balance in our shoulder girdle. Same thing with the upper body, but different thing with the legs. So we're coming back into that warrior position. This time we are pushing all the way to the side until we're in side warrior and then opening the elbow up. And because this is a little bit harder, we are staying on one side first and then changing over to the other. So keep doing one side here. maybe going a little bit lower and rotating a little bit further every time. Keep breathing. For the breathing, you can exhale when you're pushing to the side, getting that stability, and inhaling into the length. I found that to be the most useful. And then change the other side. Try here. No, don't try here. Flex the shoulders. Okay, now we go. Push it to the sides. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release back down and come back into standing. When you are bending that knee, make sure it doesn't come forward of the ankle. You might need a little bit of a bigger stance because we're getting quite low here. You might get lower than you anticipated. Also maybe because you want to hold on to the ground in that rotation, so you can bring the hand flat onto the ground, fingers pointing backwards, opening up. This is like a huge stretch for the shoulder girdle if you have that ground hand on the floor, palm flexed. Something a little bit easier for the brain. We're doing 3 letters. This is the Y, T and W. So we're starting with the Y position. Hands together, opening wide into that Y, rotating the palms outwards as always, so that we can open the shoulder girdle, and then the W. YTW. Open up, open to T, palms facing up, and close, flex the elbows, open to W. So this is fairly easy. I want you to focus on your shoulder blades, because what is our movement actually? Yes, it's in the shoulder joint, but it's also a lot of shoulder blade movement. And the shoulder blades, when we open the arms, come together. And I don't just want them to come together, I do want you to pull them down, because when we bring the arms forward, those shoulder blades tend to move up. They almost want to roll over our shoulders and come forward. Hey, here we go, having a little bit of a balanced position and stretching the glutes, crossing the ankle over the knee. Simply stay here, stretching the arms out wide. You can again play with your shoulder blades here, bringing them down and towards the spine. And then change side, crossing the other ankle over the knee. You should feel a little pull in the glute, the outer hip of the leg that's crossed over. Lengthen the back, pull the navel in slightly, push the sitting bones down, the crown of the head up, come back into standing, and we're releasing the back. Every time we are having too much of an elongated, strong, long spine, sitting too much, roll down is the remedy. Rolling up and down or rolling on the floor, as we did quite a few times. So keep the knees bent, chin to the chest, roll down, releasing elbows, shoulders, the neck and the head, maybe until the hand touch the sand or ground, and then roll all the way back up, shoulder blades down towards the sky, crown of the head up. Put a little crown on your head, and if you feel like it, stretch the legs out, bend over, pulling the navel in, chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, and roll back up, control. Do that one more time, control the movement. We usually tend to go a little bit too fast, so if you're going slower than I, just take your time. The slower the better, the more we can feel where we might have restriction. And the good thing about this video is you can always pause it if you need to, and then resume. A little bit of a stretch again for the shoulders, shoulder cuffs, rotated cuffs. So we're just flexing the elbows Then flexing the hands, palms spread outwards. You can spread the fingers a little bit. And then just rotate those forearms out. It might feel a little bit robotic, but what we're actually doing is we're strengthening the rotator cuffs in the back, which is at the same time releasing the rotator cuffs in the front, which might overwork, again, since we're working most of the time in front of the body. And then release. There we go. We can go on the floor into all fours, having a chest stretch in child position. You can bring the knees down, push the hips towards your ankles, arms go forward, stay on your fingertips, flexing your wrists a little bit. You still want to pull the elbows out of the shoulder, stretching the shoulder, the chest, the biceps maybe a little bit. And test where you do want to bring your head. You can put the head on the forehead, or you can put it on one side, onto one ear on the other. If you're choosing one side, just make sure that you're changing sides every now and then. What you can also do is just alternate slowly left and right, coming up and down, which allows you to push one side down even further and then the other. So this is a great way to open the chest, open the shoulder joint. Always be conscious about how much you can hang in your joints here. If your shoulders are very tight, you can probably hang a little bit more into your joint. If you are hyper flexible already and having trouble with joints that are unstable, then you might need to hold your joints a little bit more, especially in these exercises where you're actually letting go. So bad news for the hyper flexible, don't let go too much, because you're simply going too far into something that is not that healthy for you, because you're having then an instability in the joint. So keep going, maybe pushing the hips even further, and then release. Come all the way onto your back. Just let the arms onto the side, open the knees and the feet some, maybe hip width apart or a little bit wider to ease the movement in the hips, and then swing the legs from side to side. We're basically massaging our sacrum, and maybe for you even the lower back, on the ground, on the floor. Make sure that you have enough cushioning so you don't actually have any pain or pushing of the hard floor into your body, but a very nice feeling of wobbling and massaging on the ground. Then come onto one side, bring one knee on top of another, one shoulder on top of another, and we're opening the chest here, opening the arm. You can follow with the gaze, with your eyes, your hand, which is lifting over and behind you. So the head, the neck comes all the way into that rotation. We're rotating the whole spine, and make sure that your hips are staying stacked, one on top of another, so that you're not rolling on your back. That would make it nice, but a little bit useless for the spinal rotation. And optionally, you can let the hands circle here in the sand or on the ground if you have the space. The hand can just circle back and forward so that you don't need to lift the hand the whole time. Releasing a little bit more of shoulder tension as we're opening the shoulder without creating more tension. If you feel like it, Here's another option. Kick the leg out. This allows you to come maybe even into a little bit of a hamstring stretch. If you flex the foot, kick it out as much as you can. And this is also forcing your hips to stay stacked on top of another. All right, all those variations. Now, maybe you liked some a lot, so you can try them straight away on the other side. Maybe you like the kicking out bit where you had the leg elongated and the hamstring stretch in addition to the rotation. Maybe you like the circle a lot because that allowed you to relax the shoulder. So do the version that you like best. And if you come back to that video and do the just stretch as part of maybe your weekly routine or of your relaxation wind down routine, you can come straight away to the version that you like. You don't need to go through all the variations. I'm just going through those so you can choose and pick and decide whatever feels good for you. So remember here that we rotate primarily the spine. That's more or less the purpose, rotating the spine without any strain, without any weight, without any contraction. So you do want to let go of as much as possible to release the muscles that we're actually rotating and trying to relax and stretch here. So don't hold the shoulders, don't hold the lower back too much. Relax your hips, your glutes, your thighs, your legs. You're defied by gravity for once. Not defying gravity too much. We do have to do that anyhow, most of the time. Lying on your back, we're coming to the last stretch, which is the hamstring stretch. And we're first grabbing the right leg. Grab your thigh and then pull the knee toward the chest. Flex the foot, stretch the leg out, then point the foot, flex the foot again, bend the knee, stretch the leg back out, push into the heel, point the foot, flex the foot again. Now this time try to push out even further and pull the knee more in. Point the foot, flex the foot, bend the knee again, push the heel back out. And while you're pushing the heel out, think of the ground leg, which is also pushing out. So the body pretends to be standing, so that lower heel pretends to be touching ground. Lower back is slightly lifted, so not crushed into the ground. Chest is lifted. You're not rounding the back. And then change sides, grabbing the left leg, bend the knee, flex the foot, keep the foot flexed, stretch the leg out, then point the foot, flex the foot again, bend the knee, pull the knee towards the chest, stretch the leg out a little bit further, point the foot, flex again, pull the toes towards your chest, and then flex the foot as much as you can, pushing into the heel, stretching the leg out and pointing. Remember to flex the foot of this lower leg. Stretch the leg out. And you stretch it out one more time. Thank you very much for joining. Share this video with your loved ones if you loved it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yes, I believe in you.
This is my personal evening stretch that is allowing me to open the chest after a long day of work, but also releasing the hip flexors that might be tight because of a lot of sitting. So especially after a long day in the office or long journeys, travel, this is great to get the body back into balance. Few poses, but very slow work here. So we're starting in downward facing dog, and we're simply coming up onto the toes, rolling over our big toe joint here. And this is about exploration. So you might want to explore how your ankle joint is doing while you're doing it, how far you can press your heels down. If you prefer, you can do these knees bent. And also you want to explore how far you can push your chest down, or if you want to wiggle a little bit, put one shoulder down, the other shoulder up, etc. So everything is allowed that feels good. And do this simple move of pushing into the toes and releasing the heels back down. I'm pulling the head up here because I do want to come into a little bit of a back bend and then more of a rounded back. So everything that you want to do is allowed. Coming into down dog with a little bit more of a back bend for the upper body, or a down dog where you're trying to round yourself a little bit more. We're doing each move around 20 times, except for the push-ups. That's the good news. So this is really an evening stretch you can take your time for. You can start to align breathing rhythm and movement, and then come forward into plank position. Find a really nice position with the hand underneath the shoulders, and then bring the knee forward to engage the core. So this is like my basic workout. If I don't do anything, I at least do this little workout with a base level of strength workout, picking the knee forward here in the slow mountain climbers, running on the spot 20 times, and then pushing backward into forward fold, just climbing with the hands toward the feet, grounding the heels here into the ground, lifting the sitting bones, folding forward. And again, you can explore maybe bending one knee then the other, or waving your shoulders like the waves here of this amazing background of this video on this beach. And then bend both knees and come back and forward fold, maybe even a little bit further. Try to pull the navel in, rounding the back, exploring if you can let go a little bit further. And we're also releasing our wrists a little bit during this forward fold, because we've been doing a lot now in plank position on our hands, and we will still do a little bit of it. So this allows us to release the wrist. If you want more of a wrist release, of course you can rotate the wrists while you're stretching. You can grab them and then stretch it out and come back forward into plank position. We're doing the famous push-ups. This only 10 times. Start on the feet. If you need to, you can go low on the knees. Wide push-ups, fingers are pointing in, elbows are pointing out. Avoid pulling these elbows, those shoulders towards the ears. Elbows are pulling out. Try to go for 10 times. And then lower down onto the chest into a very wide cobra. So you're bringing the hands outside of your chest, and we're rolling and waving up and down, or even to the sides. This is to open the shoulder girdle, to release the spine. Even the neck is involved. So imagine you are a wave, like the waves in the background. You are that same wave coming up, rolling and lowering down while your elbows are pulling out of your shoulder joint. Releasing tension here in the shoulder girdle, in the neck, and the lower back. Get those feet grounded on the floor. Glutes, hips are slightly engaged so you can be free in the upper body. Now wave around like a dragon, like a winged dragon. Do whatever feels good, explore, and then bring your right arm 45 degrees out to the side and turn over onto that arm. So this is stretching your pec muscles, your chest muscles, which get tight when we're driving, when we're sitting at our desk, because the hands are constantly engaged in front of the body. So we need to do the opposite, bringing the arm behind the body and opening that chest. Be gentle. Roll over as much as you can. Help with the left hand. And you might even want to flex that right hand being on the floor to even stretch the forearm, shooting that arm further out, and then release, come back onto the belly and change sides. So the left arm comes out 45 degrees. You can bend the knee to roll over even easier. The other hand helps a little. Be gentle and nice. Remember that when we exhale, our muscles allow more stretching because we're reducing the tone of our muscles when we exhale, especially if we are exhaling slowly, mindfully, really meaning it. And remember, you can flex the back hand. Left hand on the floor can flex slightly. It's getting a little bit intense there. So do as much as you want to do. If you do this the first time, be gentle with yourself. If you do that, if you've done this a few times, you know we can go a little bit further, which actually feels good for you. And then come back into the center. A little bit of toning of the upper body here so the chest can relax. Coming from Y to W, lifting the arms overhead and then pulling the shoulder blades together. Remember, we're doing each 20 times, so just keep going. I'm counting for you here until I say stop. Extending, pulling the elbows back, extending, pulling the elbows back. Remember to work your shoulder girdle and your shoulder blades. Shoulder girdle away from the ears. Shoulder blades are working and swinging forward and back, forward and back, out and in, out and in. Engage the glutes. Legs stay on the ground. Last time. And then stretch it out, grab the hands over your sacrum, lift the chest slightly, and now pull the elbows and the hands towards your feet. I do like to stretch the neck at the same time, so look in towards the ground and not in front of me, to not overdo any compression in the neck. So that's up to you, whatever feels good. If you feel a bit tense in your throat, you can also look up a little. Then only do this if possible as a variation on this. If you don't have lower back problems, you can grab your ankles, flexing the feet in, and then grabbing each hand one ankle from the inside so that your palms are facing outwards. So we're opening the chest further. Lift the chest as much as you can. Again, be mindful of your neck. You can look down to the ground if you don't want to over compress your neck. Then come back onto your belly, press up in a push-up, back into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg 20 times, foot can be point. You lift and extend and lower down without touching the ground. Lift and extend, lower down, lift and extend, lower down. Stay in that down dog position. Hands are engaged, fingers wide, palms are contacting the ground, anchoring your hands with the mount of your index finger, pushing into the mount of your index finger, which is the big round bone at the beginning of your index finger. 20 times, keep lifting. This is working our glutes a little bit. Remember, whenever I don't have time to do anything and just need to relax, but I know I also need to work out and tone, then this is my choice of workout. Then bring the right leg forward into a low lunge, and then swing the left arm up and over to the right side, making a little bit here of a C shape with the upper body. So what we want to do is to create length in the whole left side from the pinky finger all the way to the left heel. And we're stretching our hip flexors, which might have been contracted all day if you've been sitting. You want to open that whole side, breathing into that whole side, wibble and wobble a little bit so you can figure out where it needs stretching, where it needs releasing. We're staying on that same side. Simply lower your left leg down, and if you can, grab your left ankle with your left hand. If not, don't do it. Simply lower the hips down a little bit further, and to open the chest, lift the right hand up. I want you to connect your pinky finger and the tip of your shoulder blade, and now pulling the shoulder blade, the tip of the shoulder blade towards the spine, and the elbow and the pinky finger away from your body. So creating length between the pinky finger and the tip of the shoulder blade. Keep your balance, explore. Somewhere you find a spot that needs releasing and stretching. 20 small breaths here, slow breath. And again, we stay on the same side. Now, coming into low lunge again, bring the left hand next to the right foot, and coming into rotation, looking over the right shoulder, you can press the right hand against your right knee and exploring how much you can rotate here, and imagining to lengthen between the crown of your head and your heel. So the heel is pressing backwards and your right knee and crown of your head are pulling forwards. Another variation that's very nice is opening into that rotation, lifting the right arm, flexing the hand. I like doing that as a progression to first get me into that rotation, a little bit assisted, and then opening all the way up. Then come into the middle, lowering down into that wide stance, simply releasing your hamstrings, come forward. You don't need to turn around, I'm just doing that so you can see what I'm actually planning here. So first you just want to release forward and down, releasing the shoulders, the head and the neck. Pushing both heels, outer and inner heels into the ground, creating that strong foundation and releasing the lower back. And then we're coming up into flat back, grabbing the floor with the right hand, lifting the left leg up into rotation, coming back into center, lifting the right arm up into rotation. We're doing that 10 times, lifting up, Do it your tempo. We have enough time here. This is not about rushing, lifting, rotating, coming back to center. This is more about feeling and giving yourself what your body needs, being able to explore, having the time to explore and the means and a little bit of guidance so you can feel where your body needs care, love, taken care of. Very good. And if you want to do more, you can always pause the video and then resume. And now we're coming back over to the other side. First, we are starting with the down dogs and leg lifts in down dog. So left side is now lifting 20 times while staying in down dog. You might feel that your chest started to open up more, that the down dog is getting much easier, or maybe your wrists are starting to tire a little bit, but we're almost done here. That's the last plank position on the hands. Keep the left leg engaged. Engage the glutes, stretch the leg out, point the foot if you want to. That makes it a little bit easier to keep the knees stretched out. So I don't want you to bend the knee at the end. This is no like flipping over of the leg. We're keeping the leg stretched out for the whole time and don't touch the ground. So do not put the leg back to the ground 20 times. Keep going. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then from your split position, come forward into low lunge. This time we're opening the right side, so the left arm stays on the outside of the left leg and you're circling the right arm over, up and over, extending the whole right side this time. So you have two possibilities here for the back foot. You can either stay on the big toes, on your toes, tucking the toes under, which is allowing you to work on your mobility in that toe joint, or you can flip the foot into your warrior position 45 degrees. I think this is too steep an angle and actually hurts the ankle joints. I'm staying here on the toes. Try whatever feels best for you and then elongate. 20 slow breath here between the heel and the pinky finger. Then lower the right knee down, come into quadriceps and psoas hip flexor stretch. We're grabbing the right ankle with the right hand, pushing the heel down and then lift the left arm up. Remember to lower the shoulder blades down. We are creating length between the pinky finger of your left hand this time. Pinky finger and elbow is pulling out and the shoulder blade is pulling down and towards the spine. Don't go into too much of a back bend here, though it's tempting. We're staying in low lunge rotation. Come with the right hand to the outside, well, inside this time, of your left leg. And you can start with the left hand on the knee or with the progression of lifting the arm straight away, whatever you prefer. I like to come into that rotation first, assisted, while pressing with the hand into the knee. So I can really rotate the shoulder down. Right shoulder rotates down, left shoulder rotates up. And as soon as you feel it, you can lift the arm all the way to the sky. And this allows you to flex the lower hand a little bit, to flex the upper hand, release those forearms, open those shoulders. In rotation, hip flexor stretching, quad strengthener, and shoulder opener. Super combined position. And then slowly release back down, come back into that wide stance. You can simply stay here. I will come around again. And this time we're staying in that forward fold, but we're trying to open those legs as much as possible into a hip opener adductor stretch, ADD. But make sure that you can control the stretch, and especially that you can come out of the stretch again. I don't want you to rip anything, so make sure you stay in control and keep your arms engaged so you can catch yourself if ever necessary. 20 small breaths, very slow breath here, and then come out of the position with the help of your hands. Bring the feet a little bit more narrow, and then simply stretch one adductor at a time. Bend one knee, stretch the other leg out, come back to center, bend one leg, stretch the other leg out, coming back to center. Alternating adductor stretch, ADD. And breathe very slowly. Keeping the back straight, still pulling the sitting bones back and the crown of the head forward. And you can explore whatever feels good. You might by now have a good feeling of where your body needs room and stretching. And the good news, now we come to the lying positions. This is where we really wind down. We're first bending the knees, picking the hips up, hip lifts, but with the hands stretched out, the palms pressing slightly into the ground, and we're pulling the shoulder blades together underneath the body. So lifting the hips, pushing the hands and the shoulder blades slightly into the ground, and lowering back down without touching the ground. Knees should be 90 degrees bent when you're in your hip lift. We're doing that 20 times as well. This is the strengthener toner part of the whole stretch, so whenever there's not much time, this routine allows you to do a little bit of everything and keep your tone up so you support your spine in staying upright all day. Keep breathing. Keep a neutral curve in your spine. Lift up, lower down, and lift up and stay up. Now interlace your fingers. Keep those hips up. Crawl onto your shoulder blades so the shoulders come a little bit together. Press the pinky fingers into the ground, fingers interlaced, and just lift those hips up. We're also stretching our necks here a little bit, but don't put too much weight onto the head. Just come up as much as you can without feeling any tingling whatsoever in shoulders, arms, or hands. That would be a sign of compression in the neck. Compression of nerves then, actually. And this is simply getting smoother. We're chilling out here, still engaging the glutes, the butt. But this should be more of a stretch for the shoulder girdle. And last one, plow pose. We're lifting the feet overhead, making sure with the hands that we're staying in balance. Again, you do not want to get too much weight onto your neck or your head. You want to keep your weight on the shoulder blades, on the shoulder girdle. And this is the last one, also allowing us to stretch the whole back chain, which allows us to come into the parasympathetic mode, the digesting, sleeping, repairing mode that we need to wind down and restore our energies. So this is perfect before going to bed to stretch the back chain of our body. And keep exploring. I am stretching one leg, bending the other here, and then changing, maybe bending both knees, stretching both legs out again, whatever feels good, and then just roll forward. Don't come back up straight away into standing. We have been doing a very big stretch here for the back chain, so simply roll forward into a low squat. And from that low squat, just come into forward fold. And mindful of yourself and in your own time, you either come up into standing or lie down in Shavasana or in bed and relax and release this out. Wonderful.
Yes, I believe in you.
Good morning. Let's start the day with the standing. Mostly warrior sequences, yoga, good morning practice. You don't really need a cushioned mat because we will not go with the knees on the floor. So stand in a wide stance, feet are parallel, and simply breathe here for a few seconds. Inhale, get the arms overhead, get the palms together, touch your forehead, your chin, your chest if you want to. Focus for a second, and then with your next inhale, bring the arms overhead, and then bend forward either with your knees straight or bent into a wide full stretch. You can keep your knees bent here. If you really just got out of bed, then you might need that. Then come up into flat back, either on your fingertips or with the hands on your chin. And exhale, release back down as much as it is possible. Inhale, come back up into flat back. Exhale, lower down, release your head. Let your head hang, nose goes towards the knee. Then shift over onto your right side and then step back into your first down dog. And get it easier first of all. Make sure your palms stay firmly on the ground. Lift onto your toes if you want to and release back down into your heels. And then shift forward into a plank position. And we're going to get warmed up with 2 push-ups here. 2 triceps push-up. Inhale, going down. Exhale, pushing up and shift back into down dog. That was a surprise. But we're just going to do one of those just to warm you up. Then lift your right leg into down dog split. Point the foot if you want to. Stay square with your shoulders. And then step forward into low lunge. Right foot forward, release the hips down. Then inhale, come up into this beautiful warrior 1 position. All the feet are parallel. And if you can watch the video now, enjoy this rising sun, this new light, these gorgeous colors coming up. And then come back down with the hands onto the floor. We're not stepping back, we're simply changing side via our wide stance. And come back into tabletop flat back with the inhale. And release back down, exhale, then shift over magically to the left side into low lunge. Lift up into warrior 1, keep your right leg, your back leg straight, your forward knee bent 90 degrees, knee over your ankle. Open the chest, release the shoulders, keep the head and neck in line with the spine. Open the fingers if you like. Gaze to the horizon and then relax back down and step back into downward dog. Nice and easy here. Always like wobbling around to release tension maybe in the calves or in the ankles or in the back. And then come up into down dog split with your left leg. Shoulders stay square, hips as parallel to the ground as you can. I'm really enjoying these wave sounds. I kept the original sound on purpose because it's just too nice. And then step forward, left leg into low lunge. Anchor your right foot 45 degrees backwards and then sweep up into warrior 2. Arms parallel to the horizon. Relax the shoulders and then get your hands in, flex the hands and push the flat palms outside as if you would be pushing 2 walls away. Try to stretch the arms out, flex the hands as much as possible. Inhale, get the arm up, then just flex the right hand, push over to the side, and then twist the arm open up like a door and stretch out. This is so good. This is an intense stretch. Make sure you flex the hand, and you can either have the bottom arm on your knee or on the ground. I have the hand behind my foot, but you can also have the hand in front of the knee and push the knee out to avoid that it sags in this intense stretch. Then come back up into warrior 2. Back foot is 45 degrees in. And then lift up again into wide stance and bend forward into forward fold. Inhale, come up here into tabletop. Exhale, lower down. This must be pretty good already. If you feel warmed up, you can now stretch the legs. And if not, you just simply keep them bent every time we come to the middle. Then switch over to the right side. Come up into warrior 2 on the right side. Left foot is bent 45 degrees, pushing the outer heel into the ground or sand here. 90 degrees for the forward leg, knee over your ankle, and make sure that this front knee is not falling inside. So the front knee is pushing out. Then bring the arms in, flex the hands, push out to both sides as if you were pushing a wall away. A little bit of a superhuman, superwoman, superman position. Push the walls away. Relax the shoulders. Then inhale, release. Just flex your left hand. Push all the way to the right. And then flip the elbow up to the sky or ceiling. And try to push that hand away from you. So long line between this flexed hand and the outer arch of your left foot here. This is an intense stretch, but so good. Relax the head. Make sure your knee doesn't fall in. So the right knee is pushing out. You can use your hand to resist and then come back up. It's okay to wobble up into warrior 2 and then swing forward into low lunge and step backwards into downward facing dog. Very nice, very good. So we're avoiding lying down on the floor and we're getting our legs juiced up here. Right leg is coming back up into down dog split. Nice long line, leg in line with the upper body. Then bend the neck some, come forward into low lunge. And again, bend the back foot 45 degrees in. We're coming into triangle pose. So shift forward with the right arm and then find a spot on your right leg, either knee or shin or foot or floor or block or book or anything you can grab. Try to not shift the hips too far backwards in direction of the left leg, and keep the spine long and straight. So this is not a bend, this is a very straight line, like a triangle with 3 straight sides. Then come back into low lunge and come into the middle. Just keep the legs where they are, but rotate both feet parallel. Inhale, come up into tabletop. Exhale, lower down. And again. Inhale, come up. Now bend the knees. Bring the elbows to the inside of your knees. Stay in this low sumo squat position. And then exhale, push the arms out, hands flexed. Inhale, bend over to the left, right arm to the sky. Keep the head in line with the spine. Then flex the arms, push them out, come back into the middle. And then inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky. Keep the legs where they are, nice and juicy. We're getting warmed up. Then flex those hands, push the right hand to the left and the left hand to the right. A little bit of a Bollywood movement. You're crossing over. Now left hand pushes to the right, right hand pushes to the left. Both hands are flexed. Whatever you do, it must feel good. So make sure it does feel good. And then come back up. Stretch those legs. Inhale and exhale. Come down into forward fold. Well deserved. I guess you're awake now. Inhale, come up flat back. All woken up. And exhale, lower down. No need for coffee this morning. Or maybe yes. Then come over to your left side. Left leg is forward. Triangle pose on the left side. So you're anchoring your right foot 45 degrees. Then shift over with the left hand all the way to the left. And then find the spot on your leg, shin, knee, thigh, to anchor your left hand. You can look all the way up to your right hand, or if you're having issues with balance, you can also look down onto the ground. Fix your foot. Make sure it's in a good position. If you're having pain in your ankles, then simply narrow your stance a little bit. Stay a little bit less wide apart, and then lower back down into low lunge, step back into downward facing dog. Very nice. Wibble wobble here if you need. Relax the head, relax the shoulders, and then come up into down dog split with the left leg. Push the leg out, push the floor away with the hands. Make a nice long line with the whole body. Then step forward again into warrior 2 position for some dancing warriors. So lift up into warrior 2. Back foot, right foot is anchored 45 degrees, and then lift the front arm up backwards into sun warrior. This time we're making a C shape, curve with the body backwards. We're stretching, we're opening the side body. You can anchor your right hand, your back hand somewhere on your back leg. Make sure to bend the front leg 90 degrees. And then change sides. We're bending forward. Long line between your pinky finger and your anchored outer arch of your right leg. Keep breathing. Try to push the bent knee outwards to prevent it from falling in. And then rotate back into low lunge and come into the middle for a nice relaxed forward fold. Just relax the head, relax the shoulders. We're pretty warmed up now, so you can really go into some nice hamstring stretches here. Also shift the weight left and right if you want to, or simply come up into flat back, inhaling and exhaling, release. Then shift over to the right side, dancing warriors here. So come up first into warrior 2. The back leg is anchored 45 degrees, and then lift the front arm, the right hand, into sun warrior. You get all the nice sunlight and energy from the sun here, the rising sun. If you're doing it during sunrise, this especially amazing energy of a new day coming is fantastic to get the body awake. And then change sides. Right hand is pushing, or right elbow is pushing against the right leg to prevent it from falling in. And extend the left arm all the way. Big long line between your pinky finger and your anchored foot, the outer edges. And then come back up into warrior 2. We're finishing nicely here. Go into low lunge, step backwards into downward facing dog. Fantastic. So slowly moving towards the finale, the showdown. Get a nice down dog here, lifting the sit bones up to the sky, elongating your hamstrings. Breathe and then lift the right leg up into down dog split. Step forward into low lunge, and we come into warrior 1 crunch, contract, release sequence. So inhale, come up into warrior 1. Then bend the elbows. You can make fists, crunch, pull the back knee in, and then lift back up into warrior 1. Again, exhale, crunch, pull the back knee in, and inhale, elongate your hip flexors, warrior 1. Exhale again, crunch, try to pull the back knee in, inhale, come back up lower, and again, exhale, crunch, pull the navel in, narrow your hip points, pull the back knee in, and inhale, warrior 1. Very nice. Last time, crunch. And inhale, elongate, release those hip flexors. And then lower back down into low lunge, crawl into the middle, release the upper body, release those hips. Some rotations here. We haven't done much rotation. So keep the left hand on the ground, open the right hand all the way to the sky, and then change. Left hand coming up. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist. Right hand comes up to the sky. Inhale, release. And exhale, twist all the way. Keep those hips parallel to the ground and just rotate those shoulders. Last time, right side comes up. Turn the head, look towards the sky, towards the hand. Inhale, come back to the middle, change hands. Exhale, rotate. Head is twisting with the spine. And then come to the middle and release all the way forward into full stretch. Then crawl over to the other side. Left leg is forward now. Warrior 1, contract, release sequence. So inhale, relax the hip flexors, and then exhale, make fist, bend the elbows, crunch in. Try to pull the back knee in. Inhale, come back up, release the hips down. Exhale, push yourself up, flex. Inhale, release down. Every time you come down, try to lower a little bit more. Inhale, come back up, warrior 1. Raise your chest, raise the gaze. Exhale, contract. Last time, inhale, long line with the arms. Exhale, crunch, pull the back knee in. And release. Very nice. And then fold forward back into low lunge. Step back into downward facing dog. Very nice. Release here in down dog. You can work the spine a bit and then lift your left leg up into down dog split. Step forward into low lunge. Again, left leg is forward. And we're staying here in low lunge for another twist. Anchor your right hand into the floor. You can have your fingers pointing out. And then lift your left arm all the way to the sky. You're twisting towards your knee. I'm twisting away from me. I hope you excuse me. I just had to look at the sea because it's gorgeous. So lift the arms, stretch out in this rotation. Try to not contract or get small somewhere, but try to get big. Create space. Do not cramp, but get bigger, creating space. Then come back into center. Fold forward, and you can inhale into flat back, exhale, lower back down. And we're coming to our last stretch in Warrior One. So come all the way up to the right hand side, then anchor your left hand, flex the hand, put the fingers away from you, and then rotate open with the right hand side. Rotate the whole spine. You can even rotate the head a little bit more. Follow with your gaze your hand. Stay nice, open and wide, creating space. Pushing the head away from you to create space in your spine in this twist and rotation. Then come back into low lunge and rotate back into center, into your forward fold. You can release again here, shake the head if you want to, release those shoulders, grab the sand if you have some, and release back forward. We're coming up soon, so if you need to step a little bit more narrow, then come up into flat back. And have 2 more breaths here in this strong standing pose, all juiced up. Thank you very much for joining this morning. I hope you're awake. Have a great day.
Yes, I believe in you.
Let's have some warriors. So the standing, lengthening, stretching, strengthening positions that we do standing. And we're going to get started with the feet parallel in standing, pushing one hand to the side, crossing the same leg all the way over, and being a beautiful warrior here. So we are pushing the other hand, we're alternating left and right, flipping the elbow up, more like looking like a Greek statue. But the Greek were warriors too, no? So wherever you look, there's a warrior. We all have warriors inside. So alternating, and this ground hand here is also rotated outwards. So the palm of the hand is pointing outwards. We're doing this later again, but first a little bit of a simpler version for the arms. Side warrior, one knee pointing out, the other one 45 degrees in. Now bend the knee and then lengthen the whole side. If you want to stop with the arms vertical or go all the way, lengthening the arm until the biceps is touching your ear, and come back up. I prefer you do one side first and then the other, so you don't need to switch those feet the whole time, and just keep working one side first, bending the knee, leaning over, make sure that the shoulders are above the knee, shoulders are stacked on top of the other and not folding forward. You don't want to fall into the middle, you want to have a really nice clean side stretch here. Length between the shoulders and the heel. Change sides. So the other side now. Make sure that your stance is wide enough so the knee is on top of the ankle, And now again, start with the palms facing to the sky or ceiling, then bend the knee as much as you can, 90 degrees maybe, and then lift the arms maybe all the way over until your biceps touches your ear. Come back into center and then only stretch your legs. Nice side stretch here, push into the outer heel, elongating that whole side. Wonderful. And now the advanced version of that chest opener that we did standing. So change sides again for the knee, so the other side can relax a bit. And we're going into that side warrior stretch. Simply now we're pushing the palm to the side too, opening the elbow to the sky, coming back into center and coming back into standing. Again, do one side, don't alternate, so you don't have to switch those feet. And make sure that you're having a wide stance so the knee can stay on top of the ankle and you're not compressing anything here. The ground hand, you don't see that very well, is behind the knee here. You can flex the palm, fingers pointing backwards, so you're opening the chest and stretching the biceps here. Change sides, other side. Push to the other side. Make sure you're not falling in from the shoulders. I only want you to stretch to the side. So here we go. Push to the side, opening, lengthening, rotating the neck and the head and looking towards the ceiling and relaxing. That ground hand that might be able to grab the floor is flexing the palms with the fingers pointing backwards. So this is all about lengthening, opening. Think length and strong foundation. So the warrior is all about this grounding, this very strong wide stance, giving you a lot of possibilities of movement because you kind of rooted into the ground, but at the same time this freedom in the upper body to fight. So now the standing warrior with the feet parallel. Right leg starts first. We're lifting the arms overhead, standing warrior. There's no standing warrior, they're all amazing. So bend the forward knee into warrior one and bring the arms overhead and then bring the arms back, pulling the shoulder blades slightly together. Lift the arms up, shoulder blades are sliding down the rib cage down towards the hips, and then bring the arms back down, pulling the shoulder blades even further together, engaging the upper back. Very nice. And this is at the same time a dynamic stretch for the hip flexor on the left side. So we're having a dynamic stretch for the hip flexor here. Go as low as you can without overdoing it. Keep the control. Very important for a warrior to keep control. Especially about your grounding. Inhale, come into warrior on the left side. Exhale, strong pose, pulling the arms back, elbows pull back into standing. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come back up. Exhaling allows you to reduce the tone of your muscles slightly, which usually promotes stretching, because a toned muscle doesn't like to stretch, it might even tear. So exhaling and really meaning it, do mean exhaling. We're reducing the tone of the muscles and encouraging stretching here. One last time, exhaling, coming to hip flexor stretch on the right and releasing. Very nice. Last one, runner touches, warrior three. Start balancing on the right leg, then push the left leg backwards, the left arm forward, and then rotate forward, propeller arms. Here again, the warrior, strong, solid foundation that allows you to do whatever you want with the upper body. Big range of motion here, big outreach. Go wherever you like from your strong foundation. Change sides. Left side is balancing, right leg, right arm is shooting out, And then the left elbow is coming towards the right knee. Again, right arm, right leg shooting out, warrior 3. And then the left elbow comes towards the right knee. Just keep going, propelling with these arms. Very nice. I hope you enjoyed the little warrior challenge flow. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Yes, I believe in you.
Welcome to flat back variations. This is great to challenge your hamstrings and your back muscles a little bit. We're starting in standing, pushing the heels into the ground, lifting the crown of your head, then flip forward into flat back, raising the arms forward and coming back up into standing. You can either do that with the knees bent, as I'm demonstrating here, or if you're experienced, with the knees straight, coming to flat back, arms forward, and come back up into standing. Flat back is important to think elongation in the spine and natural curvature. So we do want to train our body here, our back, to be long and strong while we're pulling the tailbone slightly down in the sitting bones and lifting the crown of the head. So while we're coming into flat back, we keep that long line. Flat back and rolling up. So same thing, you're coming into flat back, arms forward. Then from the flat back, drop everything down to the floor and roll up. And again, flat back, either with your knees bent or straight. If you stretch the legs out, this is very challenging for your hamstrings, so don't overdo it. You always have the option to simply bend the knees, coming into flat back, knees bent. Lower down, roll up, pull the navel in, push the heels into the ground, elongating, remember, elongating from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Then come into flat back. We're staying here. Bring the arms all the way to the sides and forward. Working our shoulder blades here, pull the shoulder blades together and stretch the arms back forward. Pulling the elbows out of the shoulder girdle, elongating, and then bring the arms down, roll back up into standing. Clean hands. Last variation, this time again we're staying down. Flat back, arms forward, then bring the arms to the side, drop all the way forward, forward fold, legs straight or bent, and then bring the arms back to the side, push the arms forward, to the side, release back down, elongating, flat back, release those hamstrings, and again, flat back, arms to the side, palms together if you want, palms forward, and release back into forward fold. And again, flat back, knees bend or straight, push the heels into the ground. Think about elongating from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Tailbone is pulling backwards, crown of the head pulling forward, natural curvature in the back. That's what we're training here. And working our hamstrings a lot. You might feel them if you overdo it. And release one last time, knees bend or straight, rolling back up to standing. Very well, thank you for joining.
Yes, I believe.